morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Now, what brings you down to the Howard Stern show today?
Well, I've always wanted to meet Howard Stern. He's quite a great American success story. A maverick, a guy who kind of marches the beat.
Are you a fan of Howard's?
Yeah, in many ways. I really admire a lot about him. I admire his independence and his vision, and how can you not admire the great success he's had?
Exactly.
I just hope he doesn't ask me to take my shirt off.
That might happen.
I ain't doing it.
So you're here to talk about your book, right?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
And what's that about?
Well, it's about the story that surrounds me right now. The guy used to be the governor, who's been falsely accused of things he didn't do, and I'm fighting back, and I'm getting the truth out. The book's a way to be able to do that, and it's in many ways an epic story, and it's a story that's still ongoing, with a lot of chapters yet to be written because of the false accusations and what the prosecutor and the government is attempting to do, and why they won't succeed, and why I'll be fully vindicated because the truth's on my side. And the great irony is that I was accused of things by a prosecutor who took snippets of conversations out of private tape conversations, misled the people, and in many ways mutilated the truth. And that very prosecutor went into court and prevents me from telling you what I know is on those tapes, prevents the public from hearing all those tapes, because once they hear them all, they'll see that what was said about me is not true, and they'll see a completely different reality. Some of that I write in the book. And you feel that the Howard Stern show is a good place for you to get this off your chest, right? I feel like the Howard Stern show is a good place to, talk about a whole bunch of stuff, but that's certainly one of them.
Great. All right, well, hang tight, and we'll see you in a little bit.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
So, Rod Blagojevich, who used to be the governor of Illinois, which is a big deal, had to leave office because he is now he's up on charges that he did something illegal. He was trying to sell a Senate seat to the highest bidder. And now he's written a book called Governor, right? Is that the name of the book? Governor. And it's in stores now, and he's agreed to come in here and say hi to us. And here is the governor, Rod Blagojevich. Who's getting him out? Who's attacking you out there? Howard 100 News?
Ed Torian.
Oh, Ed Torian. Be careful, he'll hook you up. And then, would you ever consider taking a lie detector test to get free of all charges?
Well, I have to talk to my lawyers, but I'm not averse to that. I know what the truth is, and I've done nothing wrong. And whether I say it there or here in your show or in a court of law under oath, it's the same story.
Are you attracted to Howard Stern?
I'm impressed with Howard Stern. Can I sit down here?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Now, do we still call you governor? I'm going to call you governor.
You can. You can also call me Rod. Or you can call me erstwhile governor.
I'll call you governor.
Okay.
Why not? Listen, you served as governor. You got elected by the people of Illinois. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment. Where'd you grow up?
In the city of Chicago, on the near northwest side, in a neighborhood probably like a lot of typical neighborhoods in a place like Brooklyn.
Were you a middle-class kind of kid, a rich kid? What category did you fall into?
Lower working class. My dad was an immigrant. He came from Eastern Europe. He fought the Nazis, spent 4 years in a prisoner of war camp, and then after that he was in a refugee camp for 3 years, waiting for the U.S. Congress to pass a law that would allow him and all these others with these long and hard-to-pronounce last names a chance to come to America. So he worked in a steel factory. My mom was a working mom. She worked for the public transportation system in Chicago.
So your parents worked? You didn't come from privilege or anything like that?
No. Grew up in a 5-room apartment, But my parents sacrificed and worked hard and gave me a chance to live the American dream. And
what happened? You went to college?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
Yeah. I have a degree from Northwestern in history.
Northwestern, and then you went to law school?
I went to law school. Are you ready for this?
Where?
Pepperdine in Malibu, California.
Oh, that must have been a party, huh?
You ought to see my grades.
Bad?
Well, I mean, gentleman C scholar. Barely.
Really? But you passed the bar?
Yes, of course.
Did you do it the first time?
The second time.
Second time?
Yeah.
Was that a great disappointment to you not to pass the bar the first time? It's almost like your driver's. When you hear somebody didn't pass the driver's test the first time, you go, "Oh man, I'm sorry."
Yeah, it was a great disappointment. But looking back, it was the appropriate thing. It's not like I learned anything in law school. So.
Were you a ladies' man in college?
Well, I probably shouldn't acknowledge anything like that.
Why not? Why can't you acknowledge that?
How do you define that?
Well, you're at Pepperdine. It's fun.
Yeah.
The sun. You're not exactly studying hard. You're getting a C. What were you busy doing?
I learned a lot about other parts of life that fill you out as a person.
Were you a hippie? Were you sort of like what kind of crowd did you roll with? Were you a jock? What were you in college?
Well,
just sort of like an average guy.
Yeah, in college,
What was your stick for getting laid? I'm asking. I mean, were you a drug guy? Were you,
no, I was.
You never dealt pot. You never did any of that.
No, I think genuine interest in.
Ever smoke weed in college?
Well, no, I was asked that question publicly. And I've done it twice, and I remember both occasions.
Didn't like it?
Yeah, it was, I run and I don't smoke, so.
Right. It destroys your lungs.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something.
I'm not a big drug guy myself. I mean, I did my thing, I tried them all, and that was it.
Yeah.
And that was it. But and Pepperdine, you were drinking, I bet. A little partying.
All things in moderation.
Are you
right?
saying you were a virgin in college?
No, I'm not saying that. And everything I say is subject to being cross-examined in court of law.
You're going to go to court, and they're going to want to know, when did you get laid, and when was the first time? So were you...
I'm going to write all about that in my second book.
Did you mention, were you popular with women when you were... I'm just trying to understand background here. Were you popular with women in high school?
I dated the captain of the cheerleading team.
You dated the captain of the cheerleading?
In high school. Yes.
What was it with you?
She was sweet, and she was one of my, early loves.
How did you get her? Did you have a great gift of gab?
I guess you'd have to ask her that. Whatever it was, she was certainly willing.
You're here to tell us.
Yes.
Forget about all your other stuff.
Yeah.
That you were banging the captain of the cheerleaders in high school.
Well, I wouldn't quite phrase it like that. She was my girlfriend.
That is impressive.
I was madly in love early in life, and and I'm still madly in love with my wife now.
Well, forget your wife for now. I understand your wife, and
who may very well be listening. So I just want her to know that I'm madly in love with her.
You've never discussed with your wife your previous sexual partners?
Well, I mean, we have an open and honest relationship, so we trust each other and we love each other. We're soulmates.
How old were you when you met your wife?
I met my wife March 6, 1988, so I was, 31.
31?
Yeah.
So you were already a practicing lawyer?
I was a practicing lawyer. I was a prosecutor at the time when I met her. And I was just leaving the state's attorney's office in Cook County.
Attractive woman. I saw her on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
I thought that she was hot and devoted to you. Most women would have left, right? They would have said, there's trouble. Let's get the hell out of this thing.
People say that to me. I don't know. All I know is how Patty is, and she's a special person, and it never dawned on me for a moment that there would be any issues between us. In fact, this has brought us closer together.
Well, the whole deal with
there you are.
Two.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. The whole deal with them is she even, turned against her own family for you. You weren't that popular with her dad, from what I understand.
Is that right? You mean to begin with?
Well, no. Her father and I had a very good relationship in the very beginning. It's a tragic story. I write about some of this in my book. He's a Chicago alderman, a ward boss, and was very helpful and instrumental in my political career early on. And
so he's a politician, a career politician.
A politician.
Okay.
Got angry because I shut down a landfill that he was involved in, and he made accusations that he later retracted. There were other issues, and I write about it very painfully in my book. It's a complicated relationship. There are elements of him that I really love and I miss. So
you're on the outs with your father-in-law. He won't talk to you.
No, I wouldn't say that. We spent Christmas Eve together, but it's a very difficult relationship in view of all that's happened.
So he's angry with you. His daughter's involved with you. Now it's the disgrace. So it's like all this shame and everything. It could make you go mental, right? You could crack from all this.
Well, no, it's not quite like that. No, except you know what the truth is. Now, what'll make you mental, as you say, is the injustice of the whole thing.
All right, so let's assume you're innocent. If you're innocent, and then you go into family dinners, and now the old man's like, I told you the guy was a bum. I mean, it's got to make you crazy, right?
Makes you mashuggy.
Yeah, right.
No, it's not quite like that. It's different. He, frankly, played a role in some of the issues that I have to deal with today because I write about that in the book. Again, there's a Shakespearean element to this story. And
what did he do? Did he set you up in a way? Are you saying? You're saying your own father-in-law set you up.
I'm saying he made a false accusation. He got angry at me when I did my public duty, closed the landfill he was involved in. He got angry, accused a close associate, political fundraiser, friend of mine, of illegally raising campaign funds. And then he was threatened with a lawsuit. He retracted that, but once he did that, he unleashed the furies, and suddenly these federal investigators.
Why did you go after your father-in-law? Let's say your father-in-law does have a landfill or something. He's involved in it. Right. Why go after him? I mean, there's so many things. Like, did you want to look the other way?
Well, that's the issue. When you learn about something like that, that's the question I raise in the book. Do you do your public duty, protect the environment, make sure people have the proper permits, you follow the law?
Right.
Or do you pretend like you didn't see it? Now, it's traditional in that Chicago political environment probably to look the other way.
Did your wife tell you, listen, lay off my father?
She was caught in the middle of the whole thing. But, she was supportive. And, again, these are very serious things because, again, I'm the governor. I have this big responsibility, and I knew this was going to be a problem. But I did what I know was right. Court sustained what we did. They went back, they fixed their problem, and they continued on in their business. The problem was the accusation he made left in the wake. Serious allegations that began the scrutiny that my administration and a friend and some others unfortunately had to deal with.
So when you were a kid, did you fantasize about being a politician? Was this the career you wanted?
I wanted to be a baseball player.
Right,
you know?
okay. So when that doesn't happen, like, and you
Right.
go to law school, when you went to law school, you said, hey, this is a good way for me to get into politics. I want to be the governor someday. Maybe I want to. Did you ever dream of being the president?
Well, I think anybody in politics at a level like that who gets that high. I mean, I write in the book that David Axelrod, who's Rahm Emanuel's political consultant, called me the day after President Bush beat John Kerry and suggested to me to have an open mind about running for president in 2008. His idea was a Midwestern new face, a governor. At the time, he had the governor of Iowa was a client. He was thinking about me, and he had in Barack Obama. And I write, he had the right horse in the stable, but he was kind of tilling the soil a little bit to see.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, this has got to be mind-blowing to you. One day you're the governor, and now you've been, I guess the way I understand it is you were wiretapped.
Right.
They listened to your phone calls, and someone said, hey, this guy is trying to sell Barack Obama's Senate seat.
Right.
And you've claimed all along that if you listen to the entire tapes, which they will not release to us,
Right.
if you listen to the entire tape, it will vindicate you. And you are confident that when you go to court, they will play these tapes and you will be vindicated. Am I correct?
I am confident that I will be vindicated. I'm certain the tapes will set me free, and I'm hopeful every tape is heard in court.
Right.
Because these prosecutors may attempt to prevent some of that. The great irony here, Howard, is you've got a prosecutor, the heavy hand of the federal government. You've dealt with the FCC, so you know what that can be like.
Yep.
And they, as I write in my book, the morning before I was arrested, I directed my chief of staff over to the telephone to work out a routine political deal. I told him to work out the tactics that would put 500,000 people to work, create health care for 50,000, 300,000 people. That was a deal I wanted. And then I wanted a written guarantee not to have a tax increase in Illinois for 2 years. Rahm Emanuel and other leading U.S. senators were helping put this deal together. The next morning at 6 a.m., I have FBI agents in my home arresting me. And then the prosecutor alleges he was stopping a crime spree before it happened. He mutilated the truth.
So you're claiming that when you say on the tape, even the little part we heard, I know I'm going to get paid for this seat. You're saying, in politics, I want the payoff. I want this, this, and this if someone's going to get the seat. I want guarantees for the people of Illinois.
For the people of Illinois. And I don't know that I ever said anything like, I want to pay off or I want to be paid.
Right.
They made a big stink out of this phrase, this is effing gold, and I'm not giving it up for nothing.
Right.
And I know what people think when they hear that. The next line is,
how much I can get.
Yeah, it is simply not that. Now, again, I'd love to tell you what comes next, but they won't let me. And I can only tell you it ain't what they're suggesting it is. And there was never, ever an intention on my part to sell the Senate seat for money.
So is your legal strategy, give me the tapes, subpoena the tapes, and I'll play them in court, and I will be vindicated. That's the strategy, right?
Well, I think it's not quite as simple as that. There are other evidence and some other witnesses and all the rest. But that's essentially, a lot of what this case is I think, going to be shown by those tapes.
Do you lay awake at night saying, wait a second, let's assume what you're saying is true. You're innocent.
I am.
But people go to jail all the time who are innocent. You're facing maybe 20-something years in jail, right? If this thing goes down and people just want to let's say they do a witch hunt on you. Let's say somehow they don't release all the tapes. I don't know what happens. Something goes wrong.
Right.
Aren't you flipping? Would you ever consider suicide if you had to go to prison for 20 years? I actually would.
Well, no, but, a close friend of mine just took his life.
Right, I know.
Because the federal prosecutors were trying to get him to lie about me. He had admitted to wrongdoing on cases not involving me, dealing with contracts with the O'Hare Airport in the city of Chicago, not in my administration, and acknowledged his mistakes. And they were going to offer to significantly reduce his jail sentence if he would lie about me. He refused to do that. In the meantime, the sentence he was getting was very significant, 8 years.
Wow.
And I think maybe possibly threatened with even more. And then just the other day, he took his life and left behind 3 little girls.
So are you able to sleep at night knowing that, I could go to jail for 20? I mean, what's your life like now? Are you on any kind of medication? Seriously, you seen a psychiatrist? Anything?
No, not at all.
Don't you need to talk to someone about this?
I wrote a book and I talked to you and others, and
I'm hardly a psychiatrist.
Well, but you are a big mountaintop. And Howard, when you're an honest person and something like this has happened to you, when you've lived the American dream as I have,
yes,
okay, and this nightmare has happened, which is so un-American and not what America's supposed to be, you're still only in America. Where else can you write a book?
But come on,
and
you
falsely
cannot
accused?
possibly lay awake at night. I mean, I could understand. I would be like, oh my God, I'm
Well,
going to go.
maybe it's because it's not imminent, because, he still has a trial to go through, and maybe he still believes that eventually this is going to all be righted.
Yeah, it's scary.
It's gonna be righted. Is it scary? Of course it is. And do I have those moments? I write about in the book. My little 6-year-old Annie's at her kindergarten graduation when my wife was in the jungle in Costa Rica, and I was there, and my sister-in-law Deb, who was filming it, and she's a big fan of yours, by the way, and sure would love to meet you. She's actually here.
I would love to say hello.
But my little Annie was sitting there in the circle, and with all her little classmates, just so sweet and precious, and I looked at her, and of course, from time to time you have a thought, and you ask yourself, will I see this next year, and will I see...
Have you explained to her what went down? Do you talk to the kids about it, or are they too young?
The little one has a different perspective than our older one who just turned 13. She's a lot more aware of things. But, I mean, they both are. My wife has talked to them as the need arises, and I think they've done a real good job keeping them, focused on what their lives are. And they're little kids with typically ordinary lives in most cases.
Before you got into politics, were you a very successful attorney? I mean, were you making a good living?
Yeah.
So you were a pretty wealthy guy. I mean, you worked your way up, and you made some decent money. Are you completely out of dough now? I mean, are you facing bankruptcy?
No, but when I was hijacked from office, because that's what it was, I was prevented from bringing in evidence to prove my innocence. They didn't even prove any wrongdoing.
You tried to stay in office, but then they had a vote to...
Yeah, they offered me, through third parties, an offer was made to me to step aside, incapacitate till I clear my name, and get fully paid by the taxpayers.
Wow.
I turned it down, because that would be the wrong thing, because I wouldn't be working, and I didn't want to be bought off in that way. Plus, I questioned their motivations on some other things, but... I lost my job suddenly. My wife worked in an organization that helped the homeless.
Right.
And then
she got canned?
She had a 1-year contract. They breached it. She's entitled legally to about $80,000, but we didn't want to sue an organization that needs every dollar it can to help the homeless. So neither one of us had any income.
Do you guys? Do you and your wife talk about this every single day now? It's consumed your life, I would assume, right? I mean, you can't have a normal life. Did a lot of your friends?
This is life.
Did a lot of your personal friends leave you? Like, have they just turned their backs on you and said, "We don't want to know you anymore"?
Well, let me answer that, but let me just go back to, we're rebuilding our financial situation. And again, we've had opportunities that most people who've lost their jobs don't have.
Right.
I mean, I was offered a TV opportunity to be on a TV show in the jungle.
You would have done that, huh? I'm a celebrity, get me out of here.
I would have forced myself to do it.
What kind of dough were they offering, 150?
It was good.
Give me a number.
I can't.
Give me the number.
We're prohibited
right now. No, you're not.
No, NBC says no.
How much would ABC pay those cheap bastards? How much would they have paid you?
No, it was NBC. They were very generous.
NBC. I bet you. I'm going to take a guess and tell me if I'm in the ballpark. I'm going to say $100,000, 125.
Interesting.
And this is a primetime show that's taken up most of their time. Don't you think you could have done better than that?
Well, I'm not acknowledging that's the number. Let me simply say,
go ahead.
NBC was the network that helped Elvis on his comeback in '68.
Right.
This is the beginning of my comeback. And
is it a comeback, you think?
Yeah, I know it is.
You think if you're vindicated, you could be elected governor again?
Yes, I think I'm certain of that. But
well, you know what? There's something that hasn't
I believe in
been
comebacks.
asked here. If you are being, this is a frame up. If what you're saying is true, you're being framed. Who would want to frame you? Why, and what they would want, I guess, is for you to be out of office. And they have effectively done that, whether you win this case or not. So do you think is behind all this?
Yeah, who is framing you? Who are the masterminds of this?
It's a complicated thing, and I have a very strong opinion on the motivations. But I don't think it's appropriate for me to say some of that. And I don't believe it's a conspiracy between the prosecutor and political enemies of mine in Illinois. I think one thing led to another. But you have to remember, President Obama and I have some relationships that are mutual. I write about that in the book. There's a guy by the name of Tony Resco that Barack Obama knew very well. He introduced me to Obama.
Right.
He got in trouble. He did some things wrong. He was a big contributor to Democrats, me, Barack, and everybody in Illinois, the new Governor Quinn, the Madigans, who were political people. And long story short, he's sort of a central figure in some of this drama. And you have to ask yourself whether or not, the new administration was coming in and this prosecutor wanted to act quickly and create a dynamic that made it hard for the new president to make it, to kind of go in a different direction.
Who's the guy who gave the okay to wiretap you in the first place? Do you know?
Well, you have to go before a judge to do that.
Oh, you do? So you don't even know. But it could be the prosecutor? You don't know.
Well, no, the prosecutor seeks it, and then the judge has to approve.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So now, you have enough money to live?
We're rebuilding, and we're blessed
you
for the
broke?
opportunities. We were busted right after this all happened. I didn't expect to lose my job all of a
Do
sudden.
you still have your house?
Yeah, and the kids still stay in the same school, which is a private school. We've been able to get back quickly. Again, unusual opportunities that most people have lost their jobs.
So you went from
haven't
being
had.
a millionaire,
No, never a millionaire.
never a millionaire,
No.
but very comfortable.
No. My legal practice was doing well.
Right.
But then these political opportunities came, and
Right.
then I ran for Congress. And when I ran for Congress and won, you can't practice law. And so that was the end of my law practice.
Why can't you? Because it's impossible to hold two jobs at the same point. I mean, Congress is a full-time job, I guess, right?
That's correct.
Right.
As a state lawmaker, you can.
You're not allowed. Right.
Yeah.
So your income takes a hit.
Right.
You put things aside, you take the whole political route, and then this whole scandal happens. And that's got to throw your whole financial world
Right.
into it. So all of a sudden, celebrity, get me out of here. You got to do it.
You got to go in the
it.
jungle and eat tarantulas.
Yeah, because
That's
really,
right.
how are you going to? People think you have unlimited funds. You don't have it, right?
And then
Correct.
when you can't do
Right.
it, your
Consumer
wife has
debt.
to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, the judge wouldn't allow me to go, and then Patty was willing to do it. And all I can tell you is that this is a mother who loves her children and is willing to do something like that for her kids and her family. And
I felt
she did
bad
it.
for her. She was crying a lot on. I'm sure it was
Yeah.
hard for you to watch. Did you watch the show?
I watched every one of them, and it was painful to watch in
Yeah.
many ways. But it was a good experience for her, and she made friends that I think she'll keep for the rest of her life. We became very close with John, Sally, Francis, and Angela. Tori Hunter, the wrestler, who, if she was on your show, I know what you'd ask her to do.
What would I ask her to do?
Take her blouse off.
Goddamn, I'm going to ask you to take your blouse off.
I was afraid you were going to do that.
I know you're here with your sister. I'm going to have her take her blouse off, too. Why not?
Anyone who has a blouse on, it'll be off.
Hey, they
Everybody's
tell me you
blouse
can
is
swear
off.
on this show. Is that true?
You can.
It's too early in the morning for me to say those words, but if you listen to some of the tapes, you'll hear them.
Yeah, so you like curse words. You are a fun-loving guy, right?
I think so, yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Fucking right.
now Elliot Spitzer went
Yeah.
down too.
Yeah.
Do you empathize with him, or do you feel it's a whole different situation? Do you feel he is guilty of something and that he should have resigned, or do you have some sort of empathy with him?
A combination. I don't. The decision to resign was his decision.
Right.
Yes, of course, I have empathy for him, for his wife.
Should he have stayed in office?
That's a decision he would have to make. I don't know what the dynamics were.
Did you ever meet the guy?
No, I never did. But, I mean, if you were to look at his situation and look at mine, I think it's fair to say, and I know I probably shouldn't say this, he got a blowjob and I got fucked. But I'll be back. But I'll be back. I mean, and there's no dispute with regard to his behavior, but there's
Right.
big dispute with regard to what
They even say
Spitzer's
Spitzer's trying now to get back. I mean,
Yeah.
he might even consider a comeback, they said.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he'll do all right. I don't know.
I can see him trying to do that.
So the book's called Governor.
Yes.
And you wrote this right after, I guess someone approached you to write this thing, gave you a decent advance, I hope, right?
They've been fair to us and excellent. And I want to plug the publisher, Michael Wiener, who just passed away. But he took a chance on me to give me a chance to write this book. Cause
You write it with a writer, or do you just sit down and do this yourself?
I did it all by myself. I
No
went through
kidding.
6 boxes of crayons, but I wrote the whole book by myself.
You wrote the whole book by yourself.
Yes.
This is in your words.
Yes.
And they'll probably take the book and use it at the trial. When is this
Right.
trial going to happen? Do we know?
In June. It's scheduled for June.
Would you like it sooner than June? Would you like, because in a way you probably have it hanging over your head.
Right.
Why do you think it's taking so long to go to trial? Seems like a high-profile case. They could make it happen faster. Do you think they're having trouble finding evidence against you?
All those are good. Those are all good questions. They're very prudent observations by you. I don't know exactly why. That could be some of the factors. They sent us something like 3 million documents to review, which is to me just an effort by them to wear down your lawyers and win a
Wear
war
down
of
your
attrition.
finances.
Yeah, that's right. I don't believe that's significant, though. I mean, the bottom line is, the tapes tell a big story.
What do
It
your
ain't what
lawyers
they
say to you? Are your lawyers confident they're going to get you off?
Absolutely.
They are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Did they give you, when you sit down with a lawyer, you say, listen, give it to me straight.
Yeah.
Give me a percentage.
Yeah.
What's my odds here of winning this case? You got a 90% shot of winning it? You got a 50% chance? What's your odds?
Well, they don't talk like that. They're just saying they're all confident we're going to win. I mean, there's a complete confidence. They've heard they've seen enough evidence. Let me put it that way, because I'm prevented by this court order to talk about, what's on these tapes. But we have access to those tapes. My lawyers have heard them all.
Has anyone offered you a deal?
No, but there is no deal. I'm not pleading to anything. I've done nothing wrong.
If someone came to you today and said,
Yeah.
listen,
Right.
I want you to admit guilt.
Right.
You do a year. You're
Right.
done with this thing.
No.
You won't do it.
No way. I have done nothing wrong. And I write in the book, again, I'm fighting for my children and their reputation and for their lives and their futures. I'm fighting for my late parents, my immigrant father and my mother who worked so hard. They didn't raise their kids to be in a situation like this and have our names sullied. We are honest people. We meet our responsibilities. I honestly fought for the people. Every child in my state gets health care. No state did that before. All of our senior citizens take free public transportation. No state does that. I insured every uninsured woman with mammograms and pap smears, routine, so that they can catch breast cancer early and have the treatment if God forbid, cancer's found. I went around the legislature to get a lot of this done because they were blocking me. And so, yeah, I did controversial things, but they were always
Robin, you
for
have
the
to
people.
love that Robin has just been told she has a G cup.
Oh, God, help
believe
me.
it or not. So our breasts have to be checked regularly.
The governor needs to hear that.
Well, the governor likes that stuff.
Cancer can't spread that quick.
That's right. But
I
that's
voted
pretty
no on
impressive.
impeachment, huh?
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, a record amount of money in public education without raising taxes on people, minimum wage increases twice for low-wage workers.
Do you think you're still popular with the people?
I have my detractors, but I think I have a lot of supporters out there, too.
If you had offered free heroin, Artie would have moved to Chicago. I think that would have been it, right? You would have gone right away.
I'm looking at a court case, too. I'm not talking.
That's right. He's got to. When is your case coming up?
I don't know.
What are your lawyers saying?
What are your lawyers saying?
What are your
They're
chances?
confident.
They're confident, too.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's confident. It's a great day. Everybody's going to court. Well, let me tell you something. This is
Well,
some
you
story.
know what I wonder about? I wonder about the days when he was embattled and people were, sort of demanding that you step down,
Yeah.
but you continued on trying to be governor. You appointed someone to the Senate seat, and you were, I guess, at the State House every day trying to get things done. I mean, what was that like? That must have been a nightmare as well, because you're trying to do business and nobody wants to do business with you because you're like a lame duck at that point.
Yeah, well, you're worse than a lame duck. You're like
You're a pariah.
almost a slain duck.
Right. No, it's embarrassing.
Well, not really, and I'll tell you why. Because I just know what the truth is on this, and my position was this: if I did something wrong, I'd have resigned. I would have never taken the deal to get paid for not doing work, but they offered that. There was a lot of reasons why they wanted to get rid of me that fast. Political reasons, policy reasons on the part of the Democrats in Illinois who wanted to raise taxes. And there was a reason why the National Democrats fought me on the Senate pick. I picked Roland Burris, an African-American former Attorney General. No African-Americans in the United States Senate in the age of Obama.
Yeah, but people thought that was sort of like a political move. Okay, I'll take this African-American guy. I'll look like a good guy, this and that. It was almost like a desperate move to put him in. People disagreed with your choice there.
Oh, there was a lot of fury, and it came from the political establishment. But you have to understand, before all this came down, and we had discussions over the telephone with different people, the National Democratic Senate leadership didn't want me to appoint an African-American to the Senate. Not because they were racist, but it was racial. They felt that whoever I picked, Jesse Jackson Jr. or Danny Davis, or some of the other African-American names, they couldn't get reelected. So they had an idea who they wanted.
Right.
And in the age of Obama, I thought that was very hypocritical in many ways. And then when all this changed, I had a duty to appoint a senator. And I felt since the first deal wouldn't happen, that I can then appoint an African-American who had been sort of a safe pick and people sort of liked him and respected him. And then he got a bad deal by the Democrat establishment in Washington. Here you have 100 senators and not one African-American. You have an African-American president, and the Democrats enjoy a majority in the United States Senate because of the African-American vote in New York, in Illinois, in Maryland, in Michigan. Those are probably Republican senators without the African-American vote, and they can't accept one man who's African-American. They come up with this flimsy excuse that it was because of the guy who sent him.
Right. It's funny when you go through something like this, and I imagine psychologically it's like it's crazy. But then you start getting weird offers too. Were you offered to have a paid appearance at the Bunny Ranch, the prostitution place?
What?
What is that all about?
You know that, early on, things like that were coming in. And even though I was unemployed and had no income,
Right.
I respectfully declined that offer.
What did they want you to do at the Bunny Ranch? Have sex
Were
with
you going to have
women?
sex with
what,
your voters?
what was the offer? What? I don't even understand. I can understand if you were a woman, why they'd want you there. Why would they want you at the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
As I recall, it had something to do with judging some kind of contest.
Oh, gee.
Okay, now there's a footnote to your story.
Right.
Months go by, and I was just recently in Los Angeles and having dinner in Hollywood.
Right.
And I meet that guy. I think his name is Phil
Dennis?
Hoff.
Dennis Hoff.
Dennis
Hoff.
A heck of a nice guy.
Right. Very
And-
charming.
a real nice guy.
Right.
And he reminded me of the offer, and I said, "Hey, man, don't just because you're in the bordello business, I was in politics. It's not like we weren't working in the same kind of field."
So they offered you a fee to come judge stage some sort of beauty pageant or something, and that you felt, well, maybe that won't look too good, and that's not your scene.
Yeah, that didn't get past.
You also turned down an offer to drive a race car and play outfield for a minor league baseball team. Is that true?
Yeah, that baseball one was really interesting. I thought seriously about that one. But,
that would have been good. I might have got to a game. Now, and your sister's with you. I understand she's a gay woman.
Yep.
And she is married to a woman?
Her partner's with her, Kristen Baker. Hopefully you'll meet her too.
Are you allowed to have gay marriage in Illinois?
No, but they love you because back in 1995 you were one of the first big leading advocates for gay marriage, and they love you.
Would you have approved of gay marriage in your state if it sort of was up to you? Not that it is.
I didn't support that, and my sister-in-law, God bless her, was at a gay pride parade, and on one of them she had a big sign on it, had my name on it with a big red slash through it.
Why wouldn't you support, if you have a gay sister, I assume you approve of the
very
lifestyle?
much so. Yeah, very much.
Why not approve of gay marriage? I still don't understand why more politicians won't do it. Are they afraid of the constituency and the right wing and the religious types?
Well, it's a great question, and I've read history enough to know that, as Franklin Roosevelt used to tell Eleanor Roosevelt, she used to bombard him with memos constantly every day, and he had a rule where he finally told her, Eleanor, I'm only reading 2 of them a day.
Right.
And she was so interested in social change and a social activist that her heart was in all the right places. But he was more practical as a politician on what could actually get done.
Right.
You can't get too far out in front where the rest of the people are. And Illinois is not quite in the same place as, let's say, Vermont or California or Hawaii
on
an issue like this. It's going in that direction. I think there's almost an inevitability to it.
Shouldn't our leaders take a stand on something like that, even if it's unpopular? I guess it's just they're afraid to. I mean, you have to try to bring a lot of people into the tent, so to speak, when you're a politician.
Look what happened to Lincoln. He got ahead of the crowd.
That's right. You got a little too far ahead of the crowd. That's right. Yeah.
They shot him in the head.
That's right.
But you can actually hurt a cause if you jump too early. I mean, if you believe in a cause like that, carefully nurturing it and moving it forward. I'll say this, as the governor, I was the first governor in Illinois history to give every gay state employee domestic partnership benefits. I support civil unions, which is not that unusual for a Democrat today,
right.
but I've supported that for the longest time. And my sister-in-law and Kristen, if they were to get married, which would be a wonderful thing, I'd be just excited about obviously being
I just
there.
went to my first gay wedding, but I tell you, I love lesbians. You know that I've built a whole career out of loving lesbians.
That's an understandable position.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a position I took early on. I was way ahead of the pack on that.
Yeah.
Well,
I've had discussions with other governors about that subject, I'll tell you.
Well, I've learned a couple of things.
Yes.
I've learned probably the most impressive thing about you is that you dated the prom queen.
No, she was the captain of the cheerleaders.
Captain of the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yeah.
Why did you break up with her? I would think you'd stick with that.
I went away to college.
And she left you.
She sent me a Dear John letter, halfway through the year. She did.
Let me guess, she told you your penis wasn't big enough. That's what happened to me.
No.
I dated an actress when I was very young. I was head over heels in love. She told me she met a guy with a bigger penis, if you can imagine.
That's interesting. That's the character builder, though, isn't it, Howard?
It sure is.
Yeah.
When you lose someone like the head cheerleader, is that even a bigger disappointment than losing your office of governor? I mean, it's got to be a mind blowing.
Or does it prepare you for something?
Right.
Yeah.
Did you say, look, I know disappointment. It's not a big deal. I can get past this.
My dad used to teach me, a lot of things, more by example than by sitting down and talking. He wasn't that way. But one of the things he actually did say was, you can judge who you are not by how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you pick yourself up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Do you ever go on Facebook and try to contact her and see if she's around?
No.
Nothing like that?
It's like,
No.
Do you know if she's fat now? Because that would be great.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't.
don't
Let me tell you something. I am madly in love with my wife.
No, I understand, but still, I'm in love with my wife.
Yes.
But I always go back to see old girlfriends to see if they got fat.
I heard she's
always-
enormous.
That's right. Yeah. I heard, yes. We looked her up. The cheerleader's enormous.
I'm on
I
her
don't
Twitter
think so.
page right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
She wasn't that. I don't think she had that propensity.
Right. Well, let me tell you, it's impressive resume. I mean, the sexuality of all that.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Mm-hmm.
The governor has written a book called Governor. Are you going to make any in-store appearances? Are you going to sign books, or is that too wild for you right now?
No, happy to do it.
Has anybody approached you to go do some in-store stuff?
Yeah, there's some discussions. Yep.
So you might do it.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Well, Howard, how are you feeling now? Are you feeling swayed?
Look, you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I honestly, I'm a big dopey guy. I don't know the evidence. I don't have evidence in front of me. I don't know if you seem like a really great guy, nice guy to hang out with. And that's the key to being a politician, a man who can make you feel important You know, they said that about Bill Clinton. Walked in the room, suddenly you were the most important guy in the room. He just had that way of reaching out and making you feel included, and you don't seem full of yourself and all of that.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't know the evidence.
Right.
I haven't heard any tapes, like you yourself say. If I could hear the tape, that would be the end of this. We could end the whole controversy right now. I'm pulling for you. If you have been wronged and someone has set you up, I think it would be a travesty, and I'll be the first person to back you to get you back in office.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're a sincere guy.
I appreciate that.
And if you go to jail, I'll forget your number. What am I going to do? Listen, what am I going to do? Well, right, Rob? What, are we going to visit him? I don't know.
I don't think we're going to go and visit, no.
You won't have
Do you
to.
want me to visit you if you go to prison? I'll come if you tell me right now you want me to visit you.
Look, you've never gone to prison.
Right.
You're not going.
Hey,
Neither one of us are.
If you have to go to prison,
Yeah.
I hope you don't. I
Neither
really
one
do.
of us are.
But if you do go,
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, you know, like ex-cops always get the crap beat out of them and stuff. I mean,
What does the governor get?
although I think they'd send you to like a minimum security kind of place. You know what I mean? I don't think they'd give you the hard time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I mean, have you looked into that at all?
It's different. It's not county jail, and it's not a state prison. Let's not even talk about it. It's just not going to happen.
I know, but even the guards, you know, the strip searching, the anal cavity search, they're going to do the whole thing on you, man. They'll be, hey, look, hey, governor, I see a hemorrhoid in here. I mean, that's,
Hello.
That's hello. I hear an echo in here. I mean, can you imagine?
Who else wants to look at the governor's ass?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't mean to make light.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be in a. I don't even think I could leave. I don't know how the hell you're smiling and able to leave the room. Even if, what if they set you up and let's say you're completely innocent,
Yeah.
and then you get in cavity
Look, that's the
searches.
biggest fear. I mean, I don't think that far ahead. Perish the thought. You are one fucking funny guy. You know that? Let me say that. But that ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
The truth. Let me just leave you with this. I mean, I don't know how much time you have. I got all day.
Go ahead.
Here, the accuser gets up, locks me up, has me in a cell. While I'm locked in this little tiny cell, that guy gets up and says he's stopping a crime spree before it happened and alleges I was trying to sell a sentencing for financial gain, right?
Right.
I write in my book, the day before I direct my chief of staff to work out the tactics on a political deal that we've been discussing for weeks and weeks with top U.S. senators, Harry Reid, Menendez from New Jersey, my senior Senator Dick Durbin, former Speaker of the House Republicans, Denny Hastert and I spoke about the possibility of this, and a lot of other people. The long and the short of it is, somebody is lying. I'm either telling the truth or they are.
Right.
Somebody's lying. Now, the accuser doesn't want you to hear the tapes. The accused wants you to hear the tapes. This is the anti-Nixon, anti-Watergate scenario.
You say the tapes will set you free,
They
and you're
will.
demanding the release of the tape.
I wanted those in the state Senate in January.
And they said no.
They said no, they wouldn't allow me to bring Rahm Emanuel in, who was our guy to get that deal done.
So the people who had to sit there and vote for like censure and say get you
Yeah,
out of there,
right.
they didn't even hear the tapes. You're talking about politicians
Correct.
who
They didn't hear the tapes. They wouldn't allow me to bring in witnesses like congressmen and senators and the president's chief of staff who was working with us on that deal.
But everyone's like sheep. They all voted against you except one person. Who was the one person who didn't vote against you?
A guy named Milton Patterson who had a stroke. I don't know, maybe that impacted him. Look, the fix was there. Yeah.
He gave you the one vote.
Yeah, I think that was the
He
reason
was
why.
out of it that day.
The fix was in.
What a nightmare.
Right.
Well, listen, I hope you
Right.
don't go to prison. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell it would be like for an ex-governor, I mean.
I'm for him.
Right. you like him?
I like that guy.
You're going to vote for him.
What's
huh?
his name?
So, I mean, if you do go away.
Well, let me tell you
and
something,
For 20
Howard.
years, you might. Do you think you would ever make it with a guy in order
Oh,
to?
no.
Never, right? You would never.
No.
If you got very lonely,
No way.
just masturbation, right? That's it. That's it. Yeah.
You're not that pro civil union.
Are you a physical guy? Can you fight at all?
I was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Oh, you were. Thank
Yeah.
God. All right.
Yeah.
So you
What
can
I
handle
was going to
yourself.
say, Howard, was
Right.
it's even hard on the people who visit you in prison. It's not even, any
Yeah, I know.
nice experience.
Why?
You get searched. You go through a lot. They take everything from you. You can't bring anything in. It's a real
I know.
dehumanizing experience for everybody involved.
Now, your chief of staff has said he's going to testify against you.
Allegedly, yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think he did some wrongdoing at O'Hare Airport when he was there, and I think they found that. And I think, we've looked at what he says he's admitting to, which isn't even a crime. And I write in the book he may want to get himself another lawyer. I think he's so afraid of what they're threatening him with that he's simply going to say he did something he didn't do.
Well, listen. I mean, I wish you luck with the trial, and maybe Who knows? Is it possible this whole thing could be thrown out if the judge listens to some of the tapes and stuff, or maybe they'll just back off, or it's definitely going to go to trial?
We're preparing for trial.
You're preparing for trial.
And looking forward to the chance.
Yeah. Well, what is the procedure there? Was there a grand jury, or was there a?
That came later. After they arrested me, they had 90 days to kind of put together their evidence, and then on like the 89th or shortly before the 90-day period, they went to a grand jury.
I see.
The jury selection's everything. Go with black guys. Some of the church ladies are very tough. Really? I'd like to see a black jury.
I think you need that Dr. Phil. He helped Oprah.
Yeah. Dr. Phil will pick the jury. He knows how to do it. Go with no bald guys. They're going to be jealous of your full head of hair. I do a lot of this profiling.
We should have you come in as a consultant.
Let me help you with that. Listen. Governor Rod Blagojevich, his book is called The Governor, and it's in stores now. Go out, take a look. It's in his own words. He wrote it himself, and he asked that you give him a chance and buy it. And it was an honor to meet you, pleasure to meet you, and I wish you the best of luck. Again, I don't know. Listen, Robin, I don't know.
If what he's saying is true, this is a travesty, and it's an injustice, and you shake when you hear of things like this happening in America.
Yeah, and
to a governor in the fifth biggest state in America.
Yeah.
This could happen to me. It could happen to anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know.
This will be one of the great comeback stories in American history.
Listen,
you will see.
And if you are vindicated, I'll get behind you to get you reelected. If you don't get reelected, I'll give you a job here. We need a guy to tape TV shows with JD. He's overwhelmed back there.
Can I join Richard and Sal and do practical jokes?
You can do crank phone call. You can go
I
back
used to
there
have
now.
the president's phone number. We could play jokes on him.
Get the president's phone number. Come in here. Let's make a couple of phone calls and have a good time. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck. I really do. And the book is called The Governor. That's what you got to get. And I wish you all the best. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
Governor.
Yes, sir.
How'd it go in there?
Fantastic. I mean, he's a nice guy. I probably shouldn't have said some of the words I said, but then again, I said those
Like
on
what?
some of those tapes. Well, like some of those words I said, but I
Some
figured.
of those sex questions, maybe, or
Well, I didn't really acknowledge anything. He just sort of said it, and I just kind of mumbled some sort of evasive answer. But it was fun. He's obviously a very successful guy, and he's a lot of fun. And I can see why he's so successful. People like to listen to him. Robin's legendary, and so is the whole team.
So, do you feel like this interview might have helped you?
Well, we'll see. How they play some of that stuff, but no, it was fun to do. He was very gracious and kind. He talked about my book and gave me a chance to be able to, get some of my story out, and that's all you can ask for.
That's right. All right, so you had a good time today, right?
Had a great time. Want to go back in it, but we got other things to do.
All right, well, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Make sure the light's on.
You can't tell? You can't tell?
Yeah, but
put your hand there? What the hell is wrong with you?
Make sure. So reflex, see? See how bright it is?
All right. Old friend of the show is here.
You want to turn that thing off?
Old friend of the show is here. Louis Black. You know who he is?
I know who Louis Black is.
Sure.
Yeah. Louis, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm getting as good as I'm going to be at this time.
Why is that? Just a little early for you?
It's funny at 8:30. I mean, you got to learn how to do that. I'm up late. That's the insane thing about it. You do shows. The shows you do are late. And then they go, and now get up and be funny early.
Was it kind of like a band playing early, like a singer, like it's kind of hard first thing in the morning?
I don't know why the fuck they do that. They're insane. I don't know. I mean, how you get up and sing at that time is completely crazy.
Lewis Black is here. He just had a comedy special on Comedy Central. Just aired, but I guess they're selling it on DVD. So he's promoting that. Funny man. He's been around a long time. He knows what's going on. Yeah. You don't care about music, do you?
I like music.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you listen to?
I listen to all of the musicals, South Pacific.
Show tunes, as you think.
Show tunes was my life.
And you're a straight man yet.
I was in, when I came in this morning, you were talking about, I can't believe you watched the Tonys.
Well, I watched about an hour. I was waiting for True Blood, and, I wanted to see what was going on.
An hour. Now, at what point did
And it was good. It happened to be good. They had a lot of interesting things going on. They kept it moving fast.
Did I miss? I turned it on for like 30 seconds. I did theater for 20 years.
Right.
Okay, I wanted to be a playwright, which is the financial equivalent of being a crack whore. and I was in this. I'm solidly in that business.
Right.
And I turn this thing on, and I'm like, "Stop it! Why are you doing this? Why are you just telling America go away?"
Right. It's like a show that's designed to see how many people will tune out.
Exactly. I mean, it's like...
Why did you want to be a playwright? I mean, there's no kind of living there.
But I had no idea.
You didn't.
What did I know?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, and you were like a kid from the suburbs, and you said, "Oh,
yeah." And then my parents, and then they took me to the theater, and I had that moment that most men, most gay men have it immediately.
Right.
You rarely see it in a heterosexual where the light came on.
Did you actually get to write a play? Did you write?
I wrote 40 plays.
Did any of them get made? Were they produced?
I produced them all.
Yeah.
and some were done. Arena Stage did readings of my work, and
now that you're a famous comedian and you have success, has anyone gone back and looked at these plays and said, well, maybe there's something here, something we can mine, something we can put on Broadway?
You'll love this because it's a story about abuse.
Right.
So I mean, you're in this business. See, there's this level of what you go through in negotiations and stuff.
Right.
I'm in theater.
Right.
Now, I'm at a point where I'm doing really well as a comic. Now, the theaters get in touch, and they say to me, Lewis, we'd really like you to sing. And I know all these pricks.
Yeah.
We'd really want you to send your plays back to us.
Right.
So I send the plays back to them, and then they turn them down again. And I didn't.
They invited you to be rejected.
They invited me. I said, it's like...
So you made the right move becoming a stand-up comic. And you did the right thing, because if you had hung on and you had stayed with that dream, you wouldn't even be able to buy a house.
If I had stayed with that dream, it would have been like personally raping myself. It would have been.
How old were you when you finally decided to make the switch to stand-up comedy?
40.
You were 40?
Really?
Yeah.
So you mean up until the age of 40?
I was in a dream world.
You're kidding. Maybe that's why
maybe
I never...
that's what's going to happen to Grillo.
You're right in a way, because... I mean, I hadn't heard of you as a young man. You would think your talent would have come out and you would have been it's really weird. Are you bitter at all? Is it like a Rodney Dangerfield type story in the sense that, Rodney didn't start his stand-up career till he was in his 40s?
No, I'm not, because I really kind of liked what I was doing. It's that thing, if you really like what you're doing.
You're not bitter.
You don't give a shit.
But did you have to have other jobs? I mean,
No.
you were making a living?
I was so fucking broke, it was scary. So I would
Would women go out with you and stuff, or were they just like, this guy's a pariah?
Oh, no, of course they do, but you're the playwright, so
see.
It's like
They wouldn't marry you.
It works for it's good for like 3 days,
right? You
and
can
then
get them
the
in Broadway.
romance really goes.
What was the most successful play you had? Did anything actually make it to Broadway?
No, but something was actually. This is what actually ended up driving me out in part. I had a play that was optioned for Broadway,
right?
7 years, meaning they give you $2,500 for the rights of this thing that you put your blood in, and then every year somebody else would turn it down. Carol Burnett turned it down. Mary Tyler Moore turned it down. It went to everybody.
Wow.
And then I finally
Were your parents very disappointed in you? Like, wow, we had high hopes for you, and here you are. You're this failed playwright. Were you just were you the black sheep of the family?
No, my parents are nuts. They were actually very supportive of it in a perverted way. I think and my brother had been successful, and was doing.
Was it embarrassing though when you would go home to like a family reunion of Thanksgiving and your brother's the success?
Oh no, because I could borrow money from him.
Yeah,
so he was supporting my habit.
Wow, everybody was an enabler of this horrible career.
But my mother was always like, my mother in part was, it was if you're not gonna be a doctor. At least marry a doctor.
Right.
And then when I didn't marry a doctor, she kept saying, go into the healthcare industry. This is 20 years ago. There's like $1 billion coming down the pike.
Right.
No. So she ended up, she would kind of on a perverted level, she was upset what I was doing, but if other people around her friends and stuff would make a comment about what I was doing, she's going, they don't know shit. They don't know what you're doing.
So
they don't understand the work that you do.
So at 40 years old, when you make the switch to stand-up, you're like starting out like sort of behind the 8 ball, because most guys have been doing it when they were young.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you show up at 40, and now you're going to start being a stand-up, and you got to come up with material, and you don't have...
But I had been doing it on the side.
Oh, you had?
Just for fun, but like as a hobby.
Do you like...
Which is even more psychotic.
Do you like doing stand-up comedy? Every comic I have in here, they're always trying to get off the road. They hate the road. They hate being a comic. They want a TV show. They want this. They want that. They hate it.
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah.
Do you think you love it because you started it really late in life, in the sense that you went...
And it's successful?
And what helped was was breaking through that thing where I go from clubs into theaters.
Right.
It's tough not to like something when you show up and 2,500 people are there to see you.
Right.
And you're working these fucking stages that your plays should have been on.
Right.
So there's a certain amount of joy.
But how many dates a year will you be out on the road working?
About 150.
150 days out of the year. So you're never home.
I'm home it's not so bad. I'm home 3 or 4 days and gone 3 days.
Where do you live, in L.A. or New York?
No, who the fuck can live there? I just can't. I'm not good there.
But aren't there more opportunities if you're in L.A.? And
I don't give a shit.
You don't care?
No.
What kind of opportunities?
I don't know.
The opportunity to play Dickie the Fart on the Smelly series.
I don't know.
I mean, there's certain things I would like to do out there, but everybody who works with me, managers, agents, lawyers, they're all there.
Did you make your move into theaters and things because of your association with like the Jon Stewarts and that whole thing?
It was Comedy Central. I had done 5 or 6 specials for Comedy Central. Nobody had done that amount of stuff.
Right.
And then I did, I was doing on John's show, and I did a ton of Conan's. And then we toured. Mitch Hedberg,
right.
David Tell and I did a theater tour, and afterwards they said to me, these guys said, you want to tour theaters? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then as soon as that started, I leased a tour bus. So you do that, and that helps.
When you say a tour bus, in other words, you don't have to go to a hotel. You sleep on the bus. You do the whole thing.
No, we go to the hotel, but you basically, I'll fly in somewhere, and the bus will be there, and then we'll drive and do 4 cities.
Right, and the bus is comfortable, so you kind of have, you got some video games on there. You got some things to do.
Well, I got everything. I got
got a bed,
DirecTV. I got the Sirius. I got the Wi-Fi. I got a desk I write at.
It's your own bus.
Yeah, well, I don't own it, but yeah, it's basically mine.
And you're there alone. In other words, if you want to take a dump on the bus, what do you do?
I get to.
You do?
Yes.
You make a duty on there?
Yeah.
And
that's the whole concept.
Right.
You get to take your...
Who cleans that out, actually? That's what I want to know.
There's somebody somewhere.
You don't even know.
I don't even want to think about it, but...
So
it's different, though. A comedian, you're pretty much alone in this big bus.
No, I've got a tour manager.
Uh-huh.
And a merch person.
Yeah.
And
Look at you.
A merch
and
person.
a guy who does sound. And the merch person now is, and I've got to ask this, was someone who, when you guys were in Washington, was one of your big backers and a friend, Lenny Hughes. He was a reporter for the Washington Post.
Oh, Lenny Hughes. That sounds familiar to me.
Sure, plenty. I wanted to bring him in. I'm bringing him in next time.
And what is a merch guy? Like, what kind of merchandise do you sell?
Are you kidding me? T-shirts, posters,
You're kidding
DVDs.
me. There's a Lewis Black T-shirt?
Oh, yeah, there's hundreds. I'm in the 7th generation of Lewis Black T-shirts.
No kidding. Who generally buys these? Hot women?
No, there's women, overweight women.
Overweight women, yeah. I saw an overweight woman wearing a Lewis Black T-shirt.
No, it's a whole spectrum of people buy these.
Yeah, and so that's a whole industry in itself.
It's basically it doesn't. I'm not making it. It's not the Rolling Stones, but it helps. And they want. The people seem to want it, and they yell if you don't have it.
By the way, look at this. Someone just handed me a note. The guy who cleans the toilets on your tour bus is an unemployed playwright. That's what he does for his side business. I can't even believe it. So, but you go out, you do the tour.
Yeah.
And you're probably talking about what's topical, right? Of course. So you constantly write new material.
Yeah.
You're a very topical guy. You'll open up a newspaper and jokes just come to you. It's that easy.
It is. You know how easy it is. You open the paper, parents send, and before you even know the information, girl, the boat capsizes, 16-year-old girl in the boat. You have no information. It's all you've got.
Right.
And my first thought is, who gives a shit?
Let her die?
Well, are you fucking kidding me? You got a 16-year-old girl who says, I'm going to go sail around the world, and nobody stops her?
Right. It's crazy, right? And the father is looking for a reality show.
Well, and then I thought, it was unbelievable. She's sailing around the world. My mother wouldn't let me out the door to go to Woodstock. Are you kidding me?
It's the truth.
But that whole reality show, it's
spawning a lot of problems.
Somebody's got to just put a kibosh on this thing.
Parents are making their kids do dangerous things for reality shows.
It made me pine for having children, though, because I thought then maybe if I had children when I was younger and was born now,
right,
then I wouldn't have to have done this shit and gone through the playwriting thing. I could have fucked them up.
Are you sad you never had kids? Do you think the playwright thing is the reason it kind of delayed your growth?
Oh, it really, yeah.
You never married because you weren't making a good living?
Oh, yeah, no, that whole concept of, God will provide, fuck you.
But are you happy? When people say, oh, don't worry, God will provide.
Well, that's how Walmarts were built.
Yeah.
Billions of people going, oh, yeah, no, it'll work out. Let's go buy 600 pounds of soybeans.
I have so many friends. We have a guy who used to intern for us. He's about 38 years old. He was on his way to be an electrician. We know he's having trouble, but he wants to be an actor, so he gave up the electrician thing. There are a lot of people who don't realize their dreams. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
You're one of the lucky ones.
I'm extremely lucky.
Yeah. But
because it's an accident of time and where you are and that whole thing of you just got to keep doing it.
Are you sick about this spill, the BP? I am sick over it. I don't know what to do about it. There's nothing really to do. I'm not an expert in this field, even though they started calling movie directors. I don't.
Your head can't even get around it. You kind of go through Haiti.
Yeah.
And that's more than you can bear. And then but Haiti, you can build it.
Who do we blame? I blame, now the original book, I said this on the air. A lot of people wrote me letters saying I was right on, but some people told me I was crazy.
Okay.
The original the original Bush, the first President Bush, he made it so they capped, it could only pay $75 million if you're an oil company if something catastrophic happened.
Right.
$75 million, that's your penalty. Yeah. Now, to them, that's like 10 cents.
Yeah,
because they make billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. And then it got even more laissez-faire. Everyone started saying, well, the government shouldn't interfere. These guys have to go out after all, lay out some money, and they have to find oil and all this and the other thing. And then the other day, somebody was blaming Dick Cheney. I didn't even catch why it was Dick Cheney. Do you understand why Dick Cheney is to blame?
Well, no, he's not. I don't know how much he is to blame.
Who is to blame?
Well, I had heard the rumor because we don't get information anymore. In order to get information, this, you wake up in the morning, you start looking at 400 things, and you go, well, this is Dick Cheney. I heard there was a $400,000 piece of equipment that should have been put on this thing, and they went, nah. Dick Cheney went, nah. And Halliburton, his crew, is the one who put the cement on. And I think Halliburton, anytime, now that's got to stop. When they apply for something, you go, no, fuck you, no. Because everything you've been involved in has been, you're either stealing us blind, or you don't know what you're doing.
And yet we keep seeming to go to this Halliburton. Every time there's a catastrophe, Halliburton's been there.
There was something that it was was, we have to have Halliburton. They're the only ones who can do it.
Yeah, that was the war.
The war, yeah. And they're the only ones who make cement.
Yeah.
They're the only ones left who make cement. They bought every cement company in America.
I mean, yeah, for a while.
And then they had this, and then they got another group, and I can't remember the name. When I did the USO tour twice, and the guy serving food, there's like a spin-off of Halliburton, and I can't think of. Damn it! I can't think of the name because I'm like a stroke victim now. So all of the guys, the Army doesn't serve its own food anymore. There's a group of people making a profit, and they've got like these people from like Slovenia and Bacchus, and they're sitting there throwing the grub out, and these fuckers have hired Halliburton's subsidiary has hired them, pays them 20 cents, and shows them pictures of good teeth as if someday you'll have a dentist, and they just fuck them.
And then for a while it was like Halliburton was providing even the soldiers who go over and fight the war.
Security guys.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah, everything. They were a full-service agency.
You're right. Why don't we just say no to Halliburton? I think all our problems would be solved.
That's the start. Yeah. And then I think, too, the one thing that we could, it's just at this point, don't we learn the lesson of, we seem to only learn things after.
Right.
Sometimes go, shit, we should have, like when the bridge in Minneapolis went, that's when I had the revelation.
Right.
Because the next day, after that bridge went down, in every city in America, everyone checked their bridges.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it took.
But it's too late.
We forgot we had bridges.
It's the same with this oil. People in the oil industry have been screaming for years that it's too lax, that a catastrophic accident could happen. Mm-hmm. And now here it's, and it did happen with the Valdez and all this. And now here we are again in the same situation.
Yeah.
Will something good come out of this?
I don't know. I mean, I keep wondering when the fuck we learn a lesson.
I mean, suddenly we don't allow terrorists on planes. We used to for years for some reason. I don't get it.
That, yeah.
I don't know what you do. I mean, I don't know what in the end you do. My theory has been that you might like is that you since BP is a multinational corporation and they're above the law,
right,
and they act like their own country, and they work tax breaks every which way. That since they act like a country, we should treat them like a country. And if we could go into Iraq because we thought they had weapons, invade them.
You're saying invade British Petroleum.
Invade British Petroleum.
You're a genius.
Take over the buildings, put the guy wherever the mail comes in and the checks are.
Here's a guy
grab every fucking dime they got.
Right. That's what you would do to a country.
Exactly. And I'm sorry about the British pensioners. It's called Tufsky-Shitsky. We have to... They're attacking us with oil every day, and then they don't even tell us how much oil they're attacking us with.
How old are you now? You're about my age?
I'm 61.
You're 61. So you're from the same generation I am.
Yeah.
What were we called? The baby boomers?
The boomer, yeah.
Didn't you think our generation was going to be great? Didn't you think, like, with Woodstock, and did you think everything was going to change, and people... Like you would have thought marijuana would have been legal by now with our generation.
You're doing my act.
This
is what my act is about now. I finally said, I go on stage, I go, we're the generation who's going to change the world, and we did. We made it worse.
But I always knew it. Our generation growing up was so selfish and so sort of out of control. I couldn't imagine our generation doing anything great with this country. And I always dreaded the day when guys from our generation would get into power and be the president of the United States. And they have fucked everything up.
Yeah, but I don't think those two fuckers were representative. Clinton said he didn't inhale, so fuck you. You're not even a part of the group.
Right.
And Bush is a shitty preppy.
Right.
And that's what he represents. I mean, he's a preppy. It's impossible to be a shitty preppy.
But even like Wall Street now is like, it's not stable. Nothing's stable. It seems like we don't know what we're doing, our generation. We're in charge. Well, they should invade us.
I know. We really... I didn't think we would end up this horrific. I did think, I mean, the thing I'm pushing for in the act is the legalization of marijuana. I said, well, we have to have a legacy. We got no legacy. Right now, they're going to look back and go, how sad, what a pathetic group of sniveling idiots.
Right.
But if we legalize marijuana...
We could be saved?
Well, we would, because people look back and say they legalized marijuana, and that explains why they didn't get shit done.
Are you a pot smoker?
No.
No, me neither. But I'm for the legalization of marijuana.
I smoked it till I was 25, and then the shit didn't work anymore.
Right, well, yeah, I didn't like it. It made me paranoid, this, that, and that. But it should
I like
be...
the paranoia in a weird...
You would think it would be legal.
Yeah.
You know, you really do by now. Something. What can we hang our hats on, is what you're saying.
And
Well,
that's
he's
the one.
saying it would be a good excuse for why we didn't get anything else done.
Yeah, and I also think we need to leave something behind that distracts them from what we didn't leave
And how
behind.
do you figure I thought our generation was going to be super progressive, you know, sort of
Liberal, laissez-faire about these.
laissez-faire.
Yeah.
Well, and then we got something like the Tea Party. What is that Tea Party? Explain that to me. What is that?
That is that is the, you know, I don't know how you felt. You know, you got the Democrats and they're insane, and the Republicans and they're insane, and so I've just been waiting for a third party, please. Right. and plus,
this is your live stream, a third party.
A third party. Plus, they're driving me. Both sides are driving me to the middle, which is not where I'm most comfortable. But something's got to. We got to move ahead,
right?
And so, who shows up? The Tea Party,
right?
And they're just as insane.
You're right. I mean, they're like the retarded wing of the Republican Party.
And they're pushing the Republican Party.
And their hero is Sarah Palin, right?
Who make shit up.
Right.
At what point do you allow... You can't be making shit up.
Right.
You can't say, oh, they're going to be death panels, and because it comes out of your mouth, it's fucking real.
So she's a disaster. And that's the third party.
And that's the third party. And then they've got, you know, and and every so often they're nominating people, you just go... The woman who said that you know what a real family is it's a man and a wife, and the wife stays home and the man goes to work, and that's the only real family. It's like, and how do you not at that point go, you know, send in an emergency group that grabs her and takes her to some sort of place for counseling?
Well, now that you explain the Tea Party, I realize what I need. I need a fourth party.
Let's keep going through the parties till we get a good
We need some new party.
We do need a new party. And then these are the same people who said, God, we don't want government regulation. God knows. Who do you want? You don't want anybody to look at the fruit, you fucking idiot?
Yeah.
And they go, no regulation, but the shit hits the fan in the Gulf. They're going, where's the government?
Where's the government in this?
You can't fucking have it both ways, you fucking dicks.
That's what I said on the air. I said, everyone's screaming, no regulations. Bush was, listen, my friends are in the oil company.
Do the right thing.
Yeah, and now everyone's screaming. I will turn on Fox News. They were the ones for the last 8 years been saying, listen, less regulation.
Get out of company's way.
I see the anchor man, and he goes, can you believe the government isn't on top of this?
Right.
I went, well, you told them to not interfere in the free market.
But when Katrina happened, it's not the government's job.
Yeah, all of a sudden, it's madness.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is just flipping out. We've flipped out completely.
And then this old bag makes a statement the other day. You know who this is? Helen Thomas.
Oh, God.
Yeah, she says the Jews ought to get out of Israel. Well, that's like saying to you ought to get out of America, go back to your home.
Oh, I know, but she was 89.
You know, that's senile.
Yeah, she's like my mother. My mother's not senile, but she's got no editing equipment. My mother said, you know, my mother turned to me.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas. We're all sitting around a table.
You took the whole
breakfast.
family there?
Yeah, we're sitting, you know, because she loves. Now
you're the success.
They love it.
Yeah. Now you're the big success.
Now my mother, who was kind of a socialist most of her life, is going, what's with this hotel room?
She suddenly got rich.
Oh, yeah, she's got notes for the staff.
That other brother's forgotten. So you're in Vegas.
So we're in Vegas. She says to me at one point, you know, out of the blue, you know, you weren't, you and Ronnie weren't really my brother. You and Ronnie weren't really my idea.
What?
She said, it was up to me. I didn't really want to have children. She points at my father. She goes, it was all his idea.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking at her, and she goes, you know, I guess that's not something you say to your child.
You think? So you think Helen Thomas is like...
I just think the editing, you know, that whole section...
It just breaks down.
Yeah. I mean, the sad thing is when you look back, you know, you got to remember, too, when Nixon was, you know, fucking up big time, Helen Thomas was the one... She was the one sitting there asking. She was the one who always asked the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
you know, but she could, you know, she probably, and apparently she thought about this. she's, this had been in her head.
Right.
And she's Lebanese, so, it was like, you can think it, just don't fucking say it.
They forget. I guess when you get old, could you imagine how great a comic you're going to be when you hit your 80s?
Oh, I'm going to be spectacular.
There's going to be no censoring
it's going to be good for you.
Yeah, I'm going to do it completely, and I'm going to sit on stage on a toilet.
Is it fair to say that when you hit around 80, 89 years old, your I hate Jews filter breaks, and suddenly you just let it all come out? You spent a lifetime hiding your hatred of the Jews, and then it just goes,
there was a backup in the septic tank.
I know one guy, his I hate Jew filter broke when he was 4 years old.
Right. I think that guy's name was Hitler.
Yeah. He goes, yeah, I'm just going to say it now like a senile old woman. And look, it got him very far. So you had your TV special the other night. So let me understand what's going on. The TV special aired on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
But you're now promoting it as a DVD.
Well, no, here's the thing. It was 42 minutes of this movie that we made.
Right.
Of a concert I did, which was an 80-minute concert.
Right.
And, and Comedy Central bleeps it.
I see.
So basically people saw half of the concert.
Oh, I see.
And so I came up with that and a 70-minute documentary for people who are looking for something to sleep to.
Louis Black's stand-up special, Stark Raving Black, is available on DVD tomorrow. But now that you're 63, you know how they say, like,
don't
61.
No, but they say 60 is the new 40 and all this kind of stuff.
That's horse shit. You know that's horse shit.
It's not.
Oh, for Christ's sake, 60, 60, and 40 is 40. They're different numbers. And the worst is when you see those guys on TV, I'm in my 60s now, and I've never felt better. You're fucking insane. Did you have polio as a child? Were you in an iron lung until you were 18?
It's crazy, right?
What do you think? You never felt better. I wish I knew now. You can't apply what you know now, douchebag.
You can't go back in time.
It doesn't work.
Oh, my God. Well, you're a smart comedian. You know what I mean? And it's great when you see guys having success who, are kind of lowbrow, base kind of. Do you sit there and like kind of turn, like when you go to these places and you perform, and let's say it's not a theater, let's say it's a couple of guys on the act, are there performers who you just fucking can't stand? Or you just like, this shit is bullshit. How is this guy successful?
Well, no, because it depends on it. I mean, certain people, there's certain things, but I mean, most of the time, if they did the work, I don't give a shit. Like there's always been this hoo-ha about Larry the Cable Guy. Well, I've known him since he was Dan Whitney, and he opened for me, and he was horrific.
Right.
Like 20 years ago, he was horrific. But he came on as Larry, and then he started to do these, go on radio stations, but he would call every radio station every morning, and every time I was on the radio, he'd be coming on later, and he did all the work you have to do. It's hard to really go, piss on somebody who's done all the work.
Is he still horrific, or has he gotten better?
Oh, he's funny in a horrific way.
It's hard to understand. Well, you both do different things.
But they're, to me, what's upsetting is these guys like Dom Irera, who's a great comic. I mean, just a great comic.
Funny guy,
and if in the time of like when Sullivan was on, would have been kind of an icon.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't get the due. That's where I get upset. Not that others get their due, but the people who really should get the due don't.
I know. And what can you do, really? I mean, I guess when you have an opportunity, you promote guys like that, and you do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a tough business. It really is. And I look at it, and you've paid your dues. I mean, I read somewhere like a couple of years ago you got hit in the head with a bottle on stage.
Yeah, it was in Bonnaroo, and
Bonnaroo.
It was a music festival.
It was a music festival. And they have
that's got to be hard to be the comic at a music festival.
Well, except they have a comedy tent, but the guys in Government Mule asked me to join them. They were, all these people were sitting in, and they wanted me to. Here's the bit. It's that they're going to be playing an instrumental. I'll come on stage. Then they'd ask me to sing, and they're playing an instrumental, and I get upset that they're playing. You fucking, there are no lyrics to this, so I go off on them. And then within 30 seconds, this giant water bottle, not with water in it, comes and hits me right in the head. And I explode, and all the guys jump up. And I went completely apeshit.
You started yelling at the audience?
Yeah, and the only thing
what do you say to the audience?
I said, you fucking assholes, you come out here to the middle of the goddamn... The last thing on earth, you don't throw shit at people on stage. I don't give a shit if you throw it at me. That I don't care about. But these fuckers are talented. You can hurt somebody. And it was... then the only thing I thought about when I've seen the video on YouTube is I look as if I'm midterm pregnant.
Right.
That's just what really pisses me off. Not the water bottle.
Because you're such an original, do you find that other comedians steal your material? Now, I've always heard this about stand-up comedy. People go nuts from this.
Yeah.
That this one's accusing that one of stealing. This one accuses that one. And is it really going on? Like, do you go in a club and then see your act somewhere else?
No, I don't really. That rarely happens with me because I don't really write punchlines.
You don't? How do you work? Do you sit at home? You don't write? You don't sit and write?
I don't write. I do everything on stage. I go up on stage.
Explain that to me. I don't understand.
In other words, the same thing you do. You sit down and you start talking. Do you write this down?
No, I don't write it down. What, this shit? How would I write this down? But wait a second. You've got to have something in your... I mean, there's certain things that you...
There are things I know I'm going to talk about.
Yes.
But if you saw my... It's just a list. It'll be like BP, regulation... I mean, I just write little things down.
And there's no joke. There's no punch. But there is.
When I stand on stage, that's when I start to shape the material. And I'll start talking about it, and then I'll find out what's really fun. I'll have like one or two lines.
Now, that seems very brave. I mean, you could tank. I mean, you could have a night where you're not, at least if you have a set act, then you can't really tank. You've tested it, you've worked it.
But, I mean, what happens is that I've kind of developed it to the point where I have my set, and then... like this thing that just came, what just came on it was my tour last year. That's what is the DVD is. So that I finished in August, and then as soon as that was done, I took a piece of it out and plugged in another piece. And then I started working on another piece, and then I finished that piece and plug in another piece and start working on that piece.
How did Jon Stewart figure out how to use you? I mean, how did he like?
I was there before him. I was the first one there.
At Comedy Central on that show?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
I was one of the first people. I'm the last of the originals.
Who were the originals on that show?
It was A. Whitney Brown.
Right.
What's his name? God, the blonde-haired guy who was doing the Craig Kilborn.
Yeah, right. That's right. I forgot he was on that show.
Liz Winstead was producing it, and did some stuff on it, and it was just a few, it was these.
So Comedy Central's like been a blessing to you. I mean, yeah.
They don't know what to do with me, but they've been a blessing.
Yeah. How many shows have you done for them?
I've done seven specials, The Daily Show, and then I did this show, Root of All Evil, which we did it and it went well, and then they put it on this summer.
Because Gary told me you had like 15 development deals with them for sitcoms.
I've had 15 development deals. It's you want to hear the best?
Yeah, go ahead.
This you'll love. This is David Kelly, a great writer.
Yeah.
Right. Calls and. My agents, and I get my agents call and say, David Kelly is working on a pilot for you. And I go, because these guys in L.A., I think they are so fucking live in dreamland. It's like, yeah, right, David Kelly's writing. When that happens, why don't you call me? Don't you guys just make shit up?
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
So then David Kelly... is going to meet me after this show.
David Kelly's had 1 million hit shows, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's written...
Ally McBeal, Boston Legal, Picket Fences.
So The Practice. So
you're like, this is bullshit. He's not writing anything.
He's not writing anything for me.
Right.
I'd met him once at the Emmys, and he had said, boy, I'd like to work with you someday.
Right.
And so then he shows up at a show, and he says, I'm working on a piece for you. Then 2 weeks later, they send me the script.
Yeah.
And it's a great script.
Go ahead.
And
what's the problem?
And then they fly me out to have a conversation, and he says, I don't have the clout I used to have. I don't know if I can get this on the air. I just know I really want you to do it, and it's about the best thing that's ever been written for me. And I go, wow, okay. And then I leave, and then literally the next day, Leno. The whole Leno Conan thing explodes.
Right.
NBC now needs product.
Right.
They go into they have a bidding war with Fox, NBC wins, and at that point I cocked a pistol because it's really NBC has won. These fucking morons, couldn't he have gone to Fox? There's a fighting chance at Fox.
Right.
We know these guys are idiots.
Right, those guys at NBC
How
really.
do you fucking move Leno out? How fucking what planet?
Yeah, right.
Everybody knew it. Monkeys in the zoo spelled out Leno in their faces. It's unbelievable that they would do that. And then they give $44 million or $39 million to Conan, rightfully so.
Right.
So I'm looking at this, and I go, okay. And then they start to do negotiations with me. Now, it's Monday, and my agents ask for X amount of money.
Sure.
I got to move. It's all, basically, the show is totally written because of me.
Right.
It's all built around me. I mean, every fucking scene. It's more work than a human should do.
Right.
I'm going to go from 70 minutes a day to a fucking 12-hour, shoot. I'm going to weigh 300 pounds by the time this is over. And they're all going, if it's a hit. And I'm going, if it's a hit, we're really fucked.
You don't want to do all this work.
It's a ton of work, but I really want. But it's really exciting. But you have to pay me X. If I'm going to move from New York City, where I finally bought an apartment, I finally have a place after fucking killing myself most of my life,
Yeah, right.
and I like it. And I go home and I go, oh, I have a home.
Right,
Wow.
this is exciting. You're successful
And now you're gonna. When I finally move in, now you're gonna move me somewhere else, like an itinerant.
Right.
So I go to. We just go. Here's what Lewis wants. Let's not negotiate. He's got to get his shit together and get out there and work on this.
Right.
Well, 2 days later, the lawyers come back and offer me half what I want. So it's like, okay, half. And then they have negotiations, and they keep going. Now, Friday, they want me to leave on Saturday to go to NBC on Monday.
Right.
And at that point, they still don't come through. And now they've given me the whole week to think about what a piece of shit I'm going to be treated like,
right.
Unless it's a hit.
Yeah, but they don't understand. You love your life on the road.
Yeah.
You make great money.
Yeah.
It's not like you're dying to have a sitcom.
Exactly.
Right.
And this is more than the half hour. This is an hour with a lot of cameras and people, important things.
And it could be over in a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
So I went, when they got to the end of it, I said, no, you know what I wanted?
Right.
I'm not going to, because I finally went, no, I don't want. And I called David up. I said, I really want to work with you, but I don't want to be treated like this, and that's the way, and you can deal with it, and I can't, and I wish you all the success. He said, come on out. I want to put you on tape, and let's just work together, because I want to show these guys that it's your show.
Right.
So I go out, and we work together, and that's phenomenal.
Right.
But I sat in the room, and as we were doing it, I said, do you realize, no matter what happens, this is as good as it's going to be?
Yeah, right.
This is the moment when
what
it's
was
great.
the show anyway?
It was about a lawyer who leaves a patent law firm and basically moves into a kind of a storefront law thing and starts dealing with and it's called Kindred's, this group of people.
Yeah, and that was the end. So no show.
So no show. He said, I can't get this. He wanted an actress in like a smaller role,
right?
And he didn't have the clout to get the actress in the smaller role.
Wow.
And to his, I have to say, he's so much a gentleman. It's extraordinary. He calls me up. He goes, I couldn't do this. And he said, and I hate the fact that I got you all excited about this gig.
And I can't get it done.
And I said, it doesn't matter. We had a great day. Who else could ask for more? And I said, we'll work on something.
Were your demands unreasonable? Your money demands?
No.
Were they insane?
No.
You were within the...
I took what I thought I really would want, and cut it by half.
And because you would have to give up a lot of this income that you make, you've got work. I mean, you've got all these dates planned, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not sitting at home picking your ass.
And they're saying, and the thing is, they're saying, well, the money isn't what it used to be. You just gave Conan $39 million, okay?
Go
Where'd you get that
from?
Yeah. Wait another week to lie to me.
Yeah.
Well, not only were they, and as you point out, you're negotiating with the guys who made that bonehead move. They took the number one guy and put another guy
so
in.
who knows what I'd be? And then to end the story, which is what's wonderful, since NBC wanted a star.
Right.
And that's always been where I'm always kind of like that. I'm in the next tier, which is fine.
Right.
It's just enough celebrity that it's fun.
Right.
They cast
Yeah.
Kathy Bates.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, and I can't
Wow.
really argue. She's a great actress. Even David said, "What are you going to do?" He said, "I can't say to them, fuck Kathy Bates. She's like a great actress."
Was she your love interest?
She was going to be she's the star.
I see.
She's now
She's
him.
doing me.
They
my
took
God.
his role and gave it to her.
Yeah, and I said,
God.
and my
Kathy
immediate reaction,
Bates.
was, I would have had my tits done. If I knew it just needed tits.
It's insulting. Why wasn't it Brad Pitt that took over your role?
Yeah, no, it's Kathy Bates. Because I literally span the spectrum of sexuality. I was in the theater.
I'm trying to think who has more sex appeal, you or Kathy Bates. Listen, Louis Black's great stand-up special, Stark Raving Black, is available on DVD tomorrow. Well, you're doing well, my friend.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
It's fun.
That's good. You know what I mean? You mentioned Leno and Conan, and Conan's a good friend of yours because you've done the show. I mean, do you hang out with him socially, or is it's just strictly you've done it?
Yeah.
It's sad to think about, but I guess did NBC screw? They did screw Conan.
Yeah.
And in a way, they screwed Jay, or
Yeah.
not? Jay says he got screwed, but no one can figure out how.
Well, I mean, he screwed himself in a sense of like taking the 10 o'clock slot.
Right, exactly. Should have gone to another network and kicked everyone's ass.
And I realize that the Tonight Show is in the pantheon of existence a great thing, but
Big deal.
At a point in time when you've gone in this setting way beyond what radio ever imagined, and TV is like a minute away from being YouTube. I had a piece that went viral on YouTube, and this is when I knew that. Like about 2 weeks ago, I did something on Glenn Beck. It's 2.5 minutes long. I could feel the difference when I walk down the. I mean, literally, people were coming
because
up.
now YouTube is a factor.
Because it's a YouTube.
What'd you say about Glenn
more
Beck?
in 2.5 minutes than my whole fucking career.
What were you saying about Glenn Beck? Are you a big fan
What a
of his?
piece of shit. that he had Nazi Tourette's. He is, everything is Nazi.
Yeah.
The Peace Corps was a Nazi institution. It's all
the Nazis are just getting better and better.
You know what's weird about his show? I watch him a lot, but now it's become like a professor sitting at a blackboard. It's almost like a boring history class, but it's history according to him.
Yeah, well, it's his,
But you're right. Everyone's sort of a Nazi. B'nai B'rith is Nazi. Everything.
Everything's Nazi.
Nazis. Well, listen. You don't have to tell. I don't have to tell you how bright and funny you are. I mean, you already know it. And we all look forward to seeing the stand-up special, Stark Raving Black. The great Louis Black, everyone. We'll be back right after these words. Thanks for coming in today.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thanks,
great
Howard.
seeing you.
Louis,
Yeah,
how'd it go there today?
it was great. It was a lot of fun.
Good to be back.
Yeah, it was. It was a kick.
It sounds like things are going pretty well for you. You got your book. You
Yeah,
got DVD.
this week. It is until I get out of here. I mean, it's great right now. Right now, it's spectacular.
Why? How could it go once you get out of here?
Well, things could turn for the worse. Something could drop off a building. I could trip.
Yeah, Howard just said, how funny he finds you.
Yeah.
How does that feel coming from someone like Howard Stern?
It's a terrific compliment. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, really, what are you kidding?
Cool. All right, man.
He interviews everybody and their mother. I'm glad we had a good time. I enjoy him. It's like, I just feel like, I don't know how he does what he does. I'm always kind of amazed.
Well, you guys seem to be on the same page. Like you both speak your mind and don't care what everyone else thinks.
Yeah, no, and really, and we both kind of realize we're not going to affect the fate of America. It's like, this is what we do, and you can listen, and then, but it's not like, people get upset with us. It's like, what are you, really? You think everything's going to change because we're talking?
Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for stopping by today.
It was a pleasure.
Take
Thank
it
you.
easy.
Dr. Debbie. I'm back at the Howard Stern Show, and I have the results of the personality test that we took last week that you've been hearing about all week and all the speculation, and everyone's nervous to hear who's the craziest of them all. I think some things you won't be surprised, and there's some things that will be very surprising to you, and everything in between. So I look forward to giving the results, and let the chips fall. Let's see what happens.
Now, Dr. Debbie, as
Yes.
a fan of the show, is today going to be a great day?
Today's going to be a great day. As a fan of this show, I mean, personally, professionally, for them, for the listeners, for the viewers, I mean, I think everyone's going to have a really good time.
All right, we're psyched. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whoever turns out to be the craziest staffer, can we follow them around with the Howard 100, the Howard camera, the Howard TV camera, because I want to watch them all day.
Well, then I know it's not me, because that would be really boring.
You're never boring, my dear. Tommy, go ahead in Malden.
Hey now, Howard.
Hey now.
We know who the crazy one's going to be, that Langford guy. I want him to go to jail.
Jail, we're going to lock him up.
Or Bellevue, one or the other.
Now, let's get to this thing already.
Well, we got to do our betting. Do you want to bet on the order, like who gets closest to the order?
Based on everything I know, and Gary, you should come in for this.
Because I'll tell you my order.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. 6 of us took this test. We know that 3 people each got something a little quirky with them,
like one thing.
Right. Gary, how does it work if you test over 75 in one area?
65 tells you something might be going on. 75 is a red flag.
Okay, so each person had a red flag.
Red flag.
Each person had a red flag. I would say this about the betting. I would say that there's a person who's clear-cut not, on the lowest end.
Right.
And the person who's clear-cut on the highest end.
Oh, really?
And then in the middle, it can get,
a little murky.
It gets a little murky because she's like she was just explaining to me, some people had higher numbers, but it also has to do with how they interact and how she, there's a lot more that goes into it. But there was one person who's clearly the least nuts, and one person who's clearly the most nuts.
Okay, I believe, and I'm not saying this lightly, I believe I am the least nuts. I believe it. I believe I will be proven right very soon. Now, the bottom 3 will be, okay, everybody has a little something, who cares? The person who evidently had a red flag, and when you say a red flag, you say anything over 75 would be a red flag. This person almost scored a perfect red flag, right?
In one area, but the category, she'll come in and she'll tell you what the categories are. There's a bunch of categories. Like some people scored 75 or 76 in one category.
Everybody you said scored at least 175.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody had a red flag.
This person hit, I think, 6 or 7 categories.
Wow.
And
one of them.
And I'm only going to just again throw this out. The classification, the first word, the word that jumped off the page with me in capital letters was severe disorder.
Okay, look.
Somebody has a severe disorder.
Okay, I believe that person is Ronnie the limo driver. Now, I'm willing to bet money. I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is.
I will take your bet.
Now, wait a second. Before I do this, it's not fair for you to say, I'll take anyone but Ronnie. You have to choose your person that you think. And
Steve Langford.
Okay. So if Steve, how much money do you want to bet?
$50.
Okay. Listen to me. If Steve Langford's the guy, I owe you $50. If Ronnie's the guy, you owe me $50.
Right.
Anybody else, go fuck yourself, right?
We're a push.
All right, we're a push.
Hey, Howard.
All right, you're on, honey. Anybody else? Because I say Ronnie's going the distance.
Anybody betting on themselves.
I've been around this guy for over 20-something years. He's got to be the guy.
You only have to be around Langford 10 minutes.
Now, I'll tell you what. I could hedge my bet and listen.
You could bet with somebody else on somebody else.
I'll take Fred also. I mean...
Yeah, but I'm betting on myself.
I believe Fred is as loony as a bedbug.
Right.
Fred is betting on himself.
I'm betting on myself.
Oh.
With
All
who?
right, I'll tell you what. I'll do
With
50
anybody who
with
wants
you,
to
and
take
I'll
it.
take Ronnie over you. Although I might be insane.
Okay, I'll take your money.
Okay, you want to go 50?
$50.
You say you're crazier
I'm
than...
crazier than Ronnie.
Okay.
Hey, did Gary say that...
Is anyone keeping track of this, or do I have to
And
read
it's a
these?
win-win.
will take
And
it.
it's a win-win for me if it turns out I'm not.
Right.
Did Gary say she based some of her rankings on the interaction, not just the test?
No, there's numbers. But she's going to tell you what she thinks Yeah, some of it is based on.
Is it interpretation
Some
of
of
the
it
numbers?
is. Yeah, interpretation of the numbers.
All right. I'm going to be the most normal. Anybody want to bet
Well,
that?
if she based it on the interaction, she loves you, so you definitely.
Listen,
No.
this woman is. I'll read you this woman's
Oh,
credentials.
I think she's highly credentialed.
And I don't know that she loves me.
She does.
But I'll tell you what.
I love you too.
Why am I talking to you? How did you get in on
I
this?
will bet
You're a
you that
fucking
you're
idiot.
not the most normal.
All right. What do you want to?
I'll take you another $50, and I'll say
Okay.
that.
Who do you think is the most normal?
Come on, Robert, say it.
I'm the most.
I knew it. I knew that's where she was going.
$50.
Okay,
You're on.
I'm gonna bet on Howard as being the most normal.
Thank
I don't
you.
know if anybody wants to take that bet.
Well, I can't because I think I'm the most normal.
Anybody want to take? Well, Gary can't. Benji?
I think you probably will be too.
Huh.
All right.
Although I think you'll score super high on like negative or something like that.
Right.
But we're talking about who's most normal. That's the bet.
Fred could be the most normal.
Oh,
I doubt it.
Fred. That you know what? I'll give you odds.
Nobody's
on that.
betting anything on Benji. Where's Benji?
But
in
Benji
that
is
test?
weird.
I think I'll come. I know I'll come out like with an eating disorder.
I don't think that was one of the things
That's
they
not what
tested
it doesn't
for.
measure.
Okay,
Let's get Dr.
Here's the
Don't-
question:
don't
if he
talk
turns
about
out to be
Fuck you,
like
Gary.
the most,
It is one of the things they measure for.
if he turns out to be the most abnormal, can we just shit
Throw
can
it
the whole
out.
test
Throw
because
it out.
that means he was pulling like an attention getting scheme.
Let's go do this.
Wait, I'll bet anyone
Let's
that
bring
it's
in
Langford. I'll bet anyone that's Langford or Ronnie against everyone else.
What do you want to bet?
It's Langford or Ronnie against the whole
What do you?
field.
Who do you think is the craziest?
I think it's Langford.
All right, I'll take 50 on Ronnie.
You got it.
Okay, there you go. Ronnie's way crazier than Langford, and I know what everyone means.
And Benji, where do you think you're going to rank?
Like I said, I think I'll be one of the three. I think I'll have an eating disorder, and
it doesn't measure.
But I don't think
maybe
that-
it's something like neurotic. I don't know if it does measure eating disorder.
All right, listen. Let's get down to this.
does.
Let's get down to this. Let's stop the nonsense. Let's
I'll
find
bet
out.
that I'm more normal than Benji.
Oh, go ahead. Wait a second. Let me think. Wait. Let me think about that. Hold it a second. Who's more normal, Robin or Benji? Now, what if you're in the same category? Like, in other words, you're in the two or you're in the third category, second category.
But that's so subjective.
Yeah, that's a tough one. But
If the doctor can give an answer, I'll take that bet.
I say Benji's more normal than you. I'll take that bet.
Okay, so $50 with the two of you.
If she can give a definitive answer,
I'm worried
based
about
on the
you.
test.
And
I know you're worried,
but I'm actually hoping I'm wrong, and you are the craziest.
I'm positive about you, and I don't worry because you're getting treatment.
I'm worried about you because you're not getting treatment, and I hope this drives you into treatment. I really do. And I mean that out of love.
All right.
Can I tell you the lunacy that
What
we're
did I just bet?
I know, Jason's got it all written down.
All right, I bet Robin something.
Can I tell you the lunacy that we're dealing with here?
What? Yeah.
So I just went out to the green room, and I said, just to place everybody, Dr. Debbie's going to sit on the couch. I said, Ronnie, I want you to go to the podium, and Steve Langford, I want you to grab headset 3 and sit over there. Ronnie goes, that's it. I'm the crazy one. He's keeping me away from her. I was like, you know
Oh,
what?
my
You're
God.
crazy.
I'm going to win a fortune. Who else wants to bet me about Ronnie? Because Ronnie is the...
I might have to take back my bet.
well, you got a few seconds to decide. Because...
Anybody want to bet me that I'm trying to hedge my bet now with
No.
Steve Langford?
You got a bunch of stiffs here. I don't see anybody betting. All right. Bring in the doctor. Bring in all the people who were administered the test. Let's find out once and for all who the fuck is the craziest.
I don't even know what I bet.
Me neither.
So nervous.
I'm sure I always lose these bets anyway, so you can feel confident. There's Ronnie looking weird, looking confident. You keep Ronnie away from the doctor. Oh, I missed the doctor
Because
walking in.
We know he's the craziest.
Doctor, I'm sorry I missed you walking in. I wanted to check you out again.
You could check me in on the way out.
How can anyone be a patient of yours? Because I would be trying to seduce you constantly and come on to you in the room. I don't even understand. Do guys hit on you all the time?
We use it as part of the treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would bring it up and we would talk about.
You're a very attractive therapist.
Cool. I'm going to make an appointment then.
I'm signing up. How much is it to see you privately?
Really? You want me to quote my prices?
Yes. I mean, is it an expensive proposition?
It's an expensive proposition.
And I get to sit in the room with you for what, an hour?
45-minute hour.
45 minutes?
Yes.
And for whatever it is, I get to sit there and look at you for 45
You
minutes?
get to sit and look at me for 45
If
minutes.
that's how you want to spend your time and money.
What do you wear in the sessions? You ever wear a dress?
Most of the time I do not wear a dress.
For extra money, can we pick out your outfits? Just put you like on display.
Listen, I wish I had you this morning to pick out my outfit.
Is it inappropriate to ask? Are you a married woman?
I'm not a married woman.
You're single?
I'm a single woman.
No boyfriend?
I'm dating.
You're dating?
Yes.
Maron, I know Benji was quite taken with you. No, I was. We all were.
It's a shame he's a lunatic and you've never dated.
Well, we're about to find out how much of a lunatic.
So all of your male patients fall in love with you, I would imagine.
Well, I don't know if they fall in love with me, but I think that attractiveness comes into the picture.
What happens
Sexuality.
what happens if you start to get attracted to the patient? Can you control that?
Yes.
You can?
Yes.
Do you ever fantasize about the patients?
I have never fantasized about a patient.
That's very healthy.
I call them clients, actually.
Clients?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they are patients. They're all wackos.
And I have a lot of attractive men in my practice.
And you have to deal with that, right? Do you tell them?
Do I tell them what?
That you're attracted to them.
No, I don't feel attracted to them. You know, it's really different. Listen, you've all been in therapy. You kind of start to love them as human beings, and you start to get their insides, and you don't want to have sex with them. You want to help them.
I would think I would be hesitant to open up to you in therapy because I'd want to impress you and not make you think I was crazy.
And I would help you get over that very quickly.
You would?
I would.
Well,
You would see that?
How would you
I would see that.
How would you do it by lap dancing me and getting it out of our system? Because I'm all for that.
Howard, maybe for you, yes, but for nobody else.
Thank you.
See, that's not fair.
I'm only kidding.
See?
Life isn't
That's
fair.
not
The
fair.
woman is being charming, you mental case. Wait till you find out your
That's
score.
not fair, dude.
You're a fucking loon, and I'm going to make a lot of money on you.
She's a fan of yours.
You're insane.
She's
Doctor,
a fan. Throw the test out the window.
Doctor,
Take it easy.
The truth is, I'm a fan of all of yours.
If I find out this guy isn't the most insane, I know something's wrong. Because I'm telling you, he's whacked out of his goddamn skull. And that's my professional opinion after hanging around with you. Steve Langford, some people are betting heavy money on you. What do you think?
I hope they win some money.
You are
Nice
odd.
of you.
You're odd.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're odd.
Yes.
I mean,
Dude, look at those eyes, man. Come on. He's whacked. Look at his eyes, man.
Gary has
It's
said
crazy.
to us that there is surprising results here, that some people are going to be a little bit rocked, especially one person.
Yeah, there's some extreme scores going on here. You know, I don't want to upset anyone in here, but we're going to be as honest as we can.
Thank you.
Did it surprise you? Or no? You could look at us and tell.
No, you know, this has been really an interesting experience because I've been listening as long as you've been on the radio, right? And then I meet you in person, and each one of you, there was different behavior in the room that you start to catch on to, you know, who's going to be what personality. So when I read these tests, I was spot on.
Really?
You could really tell, yeah.
No.
You know, like I heard Howard talking on the radio about how, and he was, you know, he was sighing, he was laughing, he was trying to get my attention, got my attention, and in a very sweet way, you know, very endearing.
Robin is potentially dangerous, isn't she? All right, we'll get to this. Now, listen, Robin.
Good luck.
Good luck to you. I believe it is going to be Ronnie. I think it could be you. And it could be Fred.
It could be any of us.
Not me. I know it's not me. Steve Langford, I don't think it's you. I don't think it's actually Benji. I'm most concerned about Fred, Robin, and especially Ronnie, who I put all my money on.
Where is Fred?
Right
Fred
here.
is behind you.
Right here. So be careful, doctor.
Oh, hi.
Today's psych results are a result of the doctor. The doctor is highly qualified for this kind of thing. She has been doing this stuff.
What if we find out that she's a delusional person who thinks she's
not really a doctor?
psychologist?
Well, then the test might be a little off.
All right.
What is this test for, by the way? Can we find out if someone's a borderline personality from this test?
Yes.
We can.
Yes.
What is a borderline personality?
A borderline personality is somebody, and FYI, nobody is a borderline personality in this room.
Right.
But it's somebody who is not fully integrated on the inside.
Right.
And you will see extreme behavior like they can love you one day and the next day they hate you.
Right.
And they're very difficult to be in relationships with because there's no consistency and you don't know when it's coming.
What causes that? Is that a biological thing? In other words, you're born with that?
You know what? This is my opinion, and maybe there's going to be listeners who don't agree. There are some chemical things we're born with, but I think so many things come from childhood and parents and upbringing. I think it's an interaction between what you're born with and what happens in your environment. You know, so for instance, you can be born with, let's say, you have a schizophrenic gene.
Right.
But if you're born into a really lovely environment, it may never surface.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
But if you're born into a traumatic environment,
Right.
it will fly out. So we can all have lots of stuff in us, but it just never surfaces because of the way we were brought up.
That's an interesting
In my
thing.
opinion.
Is that the majority opinion in psychoanalysis today?
There are some who agree with me and some who don't.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Some
you might
people
go
think
call-
it's all organic and there's no way you can get rid of it.
Listen, psychoanalysts are going to tell you a lot came from childhood.
Right.
They're going to be psychiatrists who are going to think it's more medically oriented, right? They give medicine. So
Let me ask one question, though. Can this test reveal something that hasn't surfaced? So, like, you have it, but you don't have a problem.
Brilliant question. Yes.
I was going to ask that question.
Well, you almost made me forget it.
Meaning, Robin, that there are traits that are going to show up that may not be surfacing because of where your lives are, right? But if your life was already all of a sudden taken away, right? The show ends, everyone finds himself on the street. Some of this stuff could come out.
All right, let's cut the bullshit, Doctor.
Okay.
Let's get right to it with Robin and her good questions.
I want to start by telling Dr. Debbie.
Right.
So, Dr. Debbie, tell everybody here in the audience, what are some of the categories and what these numbers mean that I've been talking about? Like what a 65 means, what's a 75 means? What are some of the categories we're talking about?
Okay. This is a complete diagnostic test looking for character, personality, organization, the traits that exist that make you you.
Excellent.
Okay? Excellent.
Yeah.
So you got the narcissistic personality, which
Right.
has been talked about on the show endlessly.
Robin.
You got histrionic. And if you want to know what they are, let me know. I
Okay,
don't want to
keep
bore
going.
your audience.
Right. Why do you keep looking at me when you're saying all
Because
that?
you're fucking crazy.
I'm not looking.
That's just it. She's not looking at
I'm
you.
not
she
looking
was
at you.
looking at me.
I was not looking at you.
You know what? And do me a favor. You better sign up right for the Funny Farm after she gets
Dude,
done with the results.
I go.
Once a week is a drop in the bucket for you, pal.
You need major
You need to be there every
I don't
goddamn
care
day.
what the test
Look who's
says.
talking.
I don't care what the test says.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You know how sometimes when there's a nutty guest, Ronnie stands in the back?
Yeah.
Who should stand behind Ronnie today?
That's a good question. All right, go ahead.
You've got the histrionic personality disorder or personality, obsessive compulsive,
Right.
passive aggressive, paranoid.
Ronnie.
Yeah, right. You're paranoid over there. You.
Who?
You.
There's something
Okay.
Paranoid.
I'm afraid
brother.
of you, that's for sure.
Paranoid.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what the doctor has to say, genius.
There's something called antisocial, schizotypal, or typal. I don't know how we should pronounce it, but
Right.
that's someone who avoids people. All of
Ronnie.
it. There is not
Right.
a personality structure that's not tested on.
This is Dr. Debbie. Debbie, how do you say your last name? Magids, right?
Magids, hard G.
Dr. Debbie Magids. She's a top person. And now all you mental cases are about to find out.
I want all of you.
What are you looking at me for
I
again?
didn't even look at you.
All right, so one more thing.
Time to get help.
One more thing. So now that you've told everybody what it is, and before we get to what
what
order,
the numbers mean.
Explain the numbers.
Okay. We all have some of everything. It just depends on where you fit on the scale. Okay?
Right.
So on this test, the scale went from 0 to 115. Okay? If you scored a 65, that means there's a lot of presence of this particular personality trait.
Right.
Okay? 75 means we're starting to border on sort of clinically significant.
Okay.
85 and above means we're bordering on disordered, more problematic, more severe than
Right.
the other numbers.
Good. And
Okay?
stop cheating and looking over her shoulder,
I
Steve
can't- I haven't got my
Langford.
glasses on.
That's
Can't
what
see a
I'm
thing.
watching you
Cannot
like a
see a thing.
hawk. You can't see a thing?
Cannot.
Good. Don't worry. I'm a doctor. I'm looking out for you.
Okay, thank you.
I see this I see all these maniacs every day. All right, now.
So I think she explained it well enough. Are you
All right,
ready to
so
start?
are we going to start with the
So
most
how are we
normal
gonna do
person?
it?
Yeah, I think we should start. Debbie and I talked
So
about it.
announce my name, Debbie.
Oh,
and
stop
if you don't mind me,
it.
doctor, calling you Debbie or
I
Debbie
don't
doctor.
mind. I like
okay.
Debbie.
Dr.
So,
Debbie.
So Debbie, who's number one on our list? Meaning probably the most normal, the who got the best score, so to speak.
and doctor,
And
stop.
what that personality is.
And doctor, stop rubbing your thighs. You're turning me on. I'm
She's got,
watching everyone.
she's got great hands. This
She's got
girl has
great
awesome hands. Look at those hands,
Oh,
man.
that's lovely. Thank you.
He's sucking up to you.
You're still
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah, so are you.
The most normal on the Howard Stern show.
Oh, I know it's me. I know it's me. I know it's me.
Howard Stern.
I told you. Oh, he owes me money.
I think I owe
Fuck
you
off.
money.
Oh, this is bullshit.
I told
That's
you.
a bullshit test. You're right. He did it again. He lied on the
my
test.
God.
Robin, can I tell you
Lied
something?
On the test. I know answers to
You
questions.
can't lie on the test.
Debbie, can you
was
lie
his
on the test?
personality?
Hey,
How would I lie on the test?
Okay.
You know how.
Then I'm a genius.
There are scales on the test to help us know if people are lying, and his test did not show that there was any lying. But okay, first of all, let me tell you what his personality was and why I think he came out lowest.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
How about because you're all
Excuse me,
fucking
sit
crazy?
down and be
Sit down.
quiet.
This is such.
Sit
I want
down and be
I want to
quiet
make out
for
with
a
the doctor
moment.
now because I'll tell you
Right.
why.
Oh, please.
Just get out of this room. You
You're
don't belong
proving.
here.
You're proving what I always said. These people, I love them all, but sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind with them. I feel like I'm trapped in a mental
Oh, you
institution.
devil.
Yeah.
All right, now I'll be quiet. Doctor, go ahead and tell people why I'm normal.
Okay.
What is he?
Howard Stern is the histrionic personality type. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Which means, I'm going to read you a description. Excessive emotionality. Very high on attention seeking. Okay.
It's true.
Needs to be the center of attention.
True.
Needs for constant approval.
True.
These are
Okay.
all psycho things.
Repeated signs of acceptance.
Right.
Intolerance of frustration, delay, disappointment.
Yes.
Yes.
These are all the things
true.
I work on in therapy.
Yes, and
And you're
could be
doing
sexually.
horribly, let me say.
Okay, wait. Let the doctor finish. You're interrupting my perfect diagnosis. Go ahead.
And
You're a genius.
Dramatic and sexually seductive behavior.
Okay.
And you've displayed all of that
when you
here
s-
right now.
Doctor, you've mentioned some things that sound somewhat, cuckoo. Why am I the most normal?
Okay, here's my assessment of it. Okay?
Okay.
I don't know if you would have always scored the most normal.
Right.
Okay. You've had
Because you learned to lie in therapy.
Well, no, he's had years of therapy, but
Thank
here's
you.
really what I think it is. Okay. What motivates these needs is you need a lot of approval and attention.
Yes.
And over the years, you've achieved that through this show, right?
Okay.
And I think you've become the softer Howard over the years.
Yes.
Because you started to get more recognition.
He's still a mess.
He might still be a mess.
I'm
but
more
he's not-
normal than you,
he's
sweetheart.
Not as messy
Wait
as
to
the rest
see.
of you.
And wait till you see this Ronnie. Do you have a straight jacket? Because I need you to lock some of these people up.
Good.
Wait till we see. All right.
Isn't he your
Everybody,
security?
everyone now has heard. I am the
You know
most
what?
normal, as I
Actually-
predicted, and
Oh,
as
she
I
must
bet
be
money.
nuts then.
She's not nuts. She's going to tell you who's nuts.
She
And
must
get
be
ready, pal. Put your seatbelt on. Thank you, doctor.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
thank you,
did it
doctor.
from craziest to least crazy, and you were my last person on the list.
Thank you. So you were right.
I still hate the diagnosis.
I know.
but-
Listen, I've done a lot of work on myself. The doctor is right. Everything she mentioned in there is what I work on. And my awareness level has risen. I have made
And so,
improvements.
like I said, you looked at the test and you go, I'm going to write false for that. When you knew it's true.
That's wrong. I wouldn't even know how to lie on that
Oh,
test.
please. Just like you did on the narcissism test.
You know what it is? You might be the most crazy. You can't even deal with my... You know what? You're so jealous of my normalcy that you can't deal.
I am jealous of your normalcy.
Listen, I could send you to a doctor. You can get normal, too.
You're not that normal.
You never finished
And
your
if I'm
therapy.
crazier
Well, hold on,
than
Robin.
you-
Robin,
quit.
we're not talking about the universe. We're talking about this room.
No, but if
Robin-
I'm crazier than him, that's a bad thing. See, now he's
Robin,
going to force me into therapy.
I hate to break it to you. You're going to be way up there. And let me
Oh,
tell you
screw
something.
you.
Yeah, I told you. You never finished your therapy. You decided you were cured, and you walked away.
All right,
you need to get
all
back in
right,
immediately.
all right,
You can
all
join
right,
Ronnie and get a
all
2-for-1. All right, now go ahead.
Come on,
doctor.
So,
Can we do group therapy?
Stop interrupting the doctor.
so are we going to move to number 2 now?
Please.
Okay, so
All
now
right.
we're going to move to number 2.
All right, the second least crazy.
Secondly is crazy.
Watch, it'll be Benji. Go ahead.
Steve Langford.
Oh, my
Langford.
God, I lost some more money.
There you go.
Steve Langford came out high, but not overly high, on
In-
obsessive compulsive personality.
Really?
Scored a 77 on that.
Uh-huh. So that means Steve is a fairly normal guy, but maybe all this tenacious behavior where he digs in for a story, this obsessive...
This pit bull kind
he
of
is a
behavior.
pit bull mentality.
Yeah.
It actually works for him.
Go ahead.
It was the only category he scored high in. Other than that, he
Yes.
didn't even break a
He's like
65.
normal?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Steve?
Nothing else really mattered. Yeah, in his
Steve,
personality.
you're not saying anything.
What can you say? I mean,
Did you feel you were normal? I felt you were
well,
normal.
I'm not going to make that assessment. I mean, that may be for other people, but I don't feel any particular angst. I mean,
You're weird.
I come to work. I do
just
my
weird.
job.
He's
You know
I'm
what it is?
happy.
crazy.
You're normal, but you have no personality. That's the
Oh,
problem.
baloney.
I mean, what kind of answer is that? I don't even know what you're saying. I mean, you're being cuckoo now. I'm going to have to have you retested. All right, Steve, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You know, as I do, that 3 of us are in the lowest category. I, of course, am most normal. You're second most normal. it feels good, right? It feels good to show these people.
I got one question about Steve. I'm looking at the notes here.
Showing?
He did score a 67, and I don't know what this means.
Sadistic
personality traits. What does that mean?
That seems real to
It means he pulls the legs off spiders. What does it mean?
Well, it means there's a lot of residual anger inside. You know, I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't know that it added all that much to. But it just says that there's anger inside, and it could be acted out in certain ways. You know, along with obsessive compulsive, which is really a control issue.
Right.
He likes to keep control, stay sort of distant and rigid, and dig into things. And when I was with Steve taking the test, I mean, you didn't even look at me hardly.
Well, no, I didn't want to bother you. I mean, my attitude is you're doing all these tests. You got a lot of work to do. I'm going to come in. I'm going to fill out the test, and I'm going to leave.
Yeah,
You're not a pain in the ass. I walked by when Fred was taking. Robin and Fred were in there screaming and yelling. I know these two are going to be way up there. I'll wait.
So just pay me now.
Now listen. All right, Ronnie. You said Steve's a psychopath.
All right.
You wait and see who's the psychopath. All right, here we
Sue
go.
me.
Okay.
So I want to
sue me.
What?
So I want to read you something here. Dr. Debbie and I spoke this morning. Remember how I said it was like 3, 2, and 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really more like 2, 3. The next 3. This is where it gets a little murky, and Dr. Debbie will explain.
The next 3 people have alarming, a little something alarming.
Yeah, but some people have higher numbers, but handle it a little bit better. And Dr. Debbie will give you the assessment.
All right.
Let's go with the next.
All
one.
right.
Let me just explain quickly what Gary just meant. Like, meaning, I said Howard was histrionic and Steve was obsessive compulsive, right? But then there's some secondary traits that are high. Like, Howard, you had dependent personality as your secondary trait, which is clear as day, right?
Yes.
You talk about it every day. So what happens is, even if in the next 3, if someone might have a very high number, their secondary characteristics sometimes have balanced out the high number of the first one. So they don't act as crazy, or
these things showed up, but there are things about their personalities. They do balance these things out. So we shouldn't be too alarmed.
So these people are doing okay.
Yes, they're doing okay, and I'm gonna point that out.
All right, here we go. Who is the next loony person?
The next loony person is
all right.
Fred.
Oh,
thank you.
Wow.
Good for you.
I'm gladly paying you the $50.
Right. So Fred,
I think I'm losing a lot of money.
There
what
you
about
go,
Fred?
my friend?
Now, Fred scored an 83 on narcissistic personality.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
You know what's funny? On the Dr. Drew test, I scored very low.
Well, what did I tell you about that test?
Yeah, you didn't like that test so much.
I'm confused.
All right, so far, Howard is the most normal. Steve Langford is the second most.
Forever.
And then Fred.
Now, Fred also had as a secondary schizotypal personality.
Oh, I know that.
What does that mean?
Okay.
It means he's withdrawn.
Well, he's detached. He's a little withdrawn, a little more socially isolated. Now,
what number did he have on that?
He had a 68.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So how does that balance him out?
That's what I was going to talk to. He has this narcissism, so that's attention-seeking and needing admiration. But because of the schizotypal, he's a little more reserved. It balances out the
it's
narcissism.
A checks and balance thing.
Exactly.
Makes for one weird dude.
Yeah, but
you want to know something? I'm not the weirdest.
No, you're
not the weirdest.
I told you. Did I tell you wouldn't be the weirdest?
Victory!
I resent that you keep talking about yourself as normal. You were not normal.
And I told you, Robin, you're going to be way crazier than Fred, and I'm already right.
Yes, you're not normal.
Now you can't participate in those conversations anymore.
You're definitely not normal.
You're in big trouble. All right.
Okay.
So Fred is the third. Now
let me recap really quick. So Howard, Steve Langford, and Fred. That means left here are Robin, Benji, and Ronnie.
Oh, gee, we couldn't figure that out, Gary.
I just want to tell the audience.
That's what I've been telling my audience. All right. I think the next most normal.
I could be the worst one.
You could be, Robin, and I told you that. Now listen, and you said you go right into therapy, and I want that for you. But you're lucky Ronnie's here, and he's going to beat you up. Now, I'm going to say the next person is going to be Benji. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, this was a toss-up of which order we were going to do this in. But this is what we decided on. I'll tell you why. The next person is Robin Quivers.
All right.
Thank you. I did win a little bit of money. I said it's more normal than Benji.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, the Dr. Drew test wasn't that far off.
Yes. However, you may not be thrilled.
Go ahead.
And I'm sorry in advance.
What's the second component?
Well, so Robin scored very high in narcissism. Okay.
Higher than me?
Higher than you and higher than Benji. Okay. She scored a 94.
Wow.
Now, I just want to qualify because I want. Okay. She also has histrionic personality features at 74. Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now the histrionic,
But that's not a 75.
No, but
it's not.
But your histrionic personality traits balance out the narcissism. Now, I do want to, and this is for you, Robin, because I want you to be happy after this.
I'm not
but this is the
upset.
truth.
Tell her the truth. Don't make her happy.
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Let her know.
Within each personality scale, there are these mini scales that talk to you traits within them. In the narcissism scale, usually a narcissist is someone who doesn't care about other people. In that trait, you scored a 0. Meaning that you don't have that trait, even though you're high in narcissism. It showed that you actually do care a lot about other people, and it shows in the things that we know about you. And I think...
Right. Yeah.
And I think it's the histrionic traits that balance it out
Doctor,
that sort of forge you that.
In your professional opinion,
Yes.
after
Here we go.
seeing Robin's results, hold on.
in
You
the
don't.
middle.
I know. High middle. Do you think Robin should still have a therapist?
No, I'm balanced.
Don't you think Robin should be working on herself with a trained professional?
The truth?
Make that
Yeah, the truth.
diagnosis.
Yeah,
How
okay.
dare you?
Listen.
The truth.
The truth of what I think is Robin's life is functioning really, really well. She has created
You
a
don't
life.
know that.
Well, no. Listen, professionally speaking, she's
Okay.
created a life where her personality gets to shine and she gets to fulfill all these needs. Okay? I don't know what she's like personally, so she would have to assess. I don't know how you
All
feel
right.
when you go home at night or
So
how she
does
feels in her
need,
social life.
Does she need more therapy?
I think
Just
everyone.
because you're still in 3 days a week does not mean everybody.
You
Okay,
could
hold
use
on.
a brush-up course.
Can I jump in here? I'm looking at Dr. Debbie notes, and the very last sentence in bold letters was revisiting therapy would be very useful.
Yes.
Could be useful.
Could be
Didn't
useful.
say necessary.
Yes.
Well, listen, I could get along through life without therapy.
Oh no, you were not.
But she didn't
getting
write that on
along.
it. She didn't write that on
You
anyone
were
else's.
not getting along.
Robin, I'm so much healthier than you.
But
Don't even
you
talk
were
to me about
not
this.
getting along.
You know what, Robin? This goes to the question that you asked me at the beginning. That could people have things going on that they're not aware of, right?
That's not what I asked. I said that didn't
surface. Yes, okay.
And that was different than not aware of. I don't mean not aware of.
Yes.
I mean under control, not affecting their lives in a negative
I stand
manner.
corrected. That's exactly what I meant. So for you, because of the test results that we found, your life is going well, but that's the kind of thing that if this all went away, then something might surface, and that's why therapy could be useful. Okay?
All right. Okay. Well, listen.
Thank you.
You beat Benji and Ronnie.
Those are our finalists.
And now you'll see, as I predicted, Benji will be next, and Ronnie will be very, very severe.
And you were on top and on the bottom.
We're going to see.
What can I say?
Yeah,
And the
we'll
two
see.
of you are trapped in a car
That's
together.
why it's called the Howard Stern Show.
All right, let's go. Who's next? It's going to be Benji.
The next person is. Am I getting a drum roll?
Yep.
You are.
Benji.
Yeah. All right, tell me what's his problem before we get to Ronnie's insanity.
Run her up, Benji.
What, Ronnie, what'd I tell you about you? I just won a ton of dough on you.
Good.
I got
I'm
you
happy
pegged.
for you, man.
Do you see I got you pegged?
I'm happy for you.
Wait till we hear the laundry list of fucking problems.
Yeah,
You're
good.
Miss America,
Good.
Ronnie.
Go to Ronnie first. Do me a favor. I want to know the most crazy guy, and then we'll get back to Benji.
Oh, yes. Make sure he gets the notes.
Okay.
All right.
Ronnie, you've been lovely to me, so I'm sorry, but here we go.
Whatever.
I should
Okay.
read this.
What?
What you wrote.
Okay.
What?
What's the first word on the page,
You
Howard?
gave him my whole synopsis?
Ronnie is the person.
No, the word in capital letters on top. Doesn't it say severe?
Yes. Results severe.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is the
Ronnie.
head of security?
The head of security.
Okay.
Where am I going to get security?
From the loony
go
bin.
ahead.
Okay. Ronnie, narcissistic personality disorder, 109.
Whoa. Somebody
Okay.
who beats me. That's so wonderful.
He trounced you.
Histrionic personality traits, 79. Paranoid personality features,
What'd I tell you?
77.
Yeah, he thinks everyone's talking about him.
Passive aggressive features, 77.
Wow.
Wow.
Is that like a triple header?
Ronbo.
That's
This is what I've been telling you.
Quadruple double.
You think everyone's out to get you. I see this.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me about this.
You don't feel that any of that's true?
No.
Okay.
And where does delusion?
How do you test on delusional?
Actually, this is another access, so I left it out. But he did have delusional. Where's my notes?
Oh.
If I'm to be completely
honest
here and revealing, where are you, Ronnie?
I'd like to read what you wrote about Ronnie. Not to put pressure on Howard, but I believe he has been instrumental in keeping Ronnie's...
Are you going to read my notes? That's so embarrassing.
Can I read them?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
And now you're going to realize how important I am to you.
Okay.
Not to put pressure on Howard, but I believe he has been instrumental in keeping Ronnie functioning as well as he has so far.
Oh, God.
This show and the personal work he does for Howard has enabled him to exhibit some of these characteristics in a way that has not hurt but enhanced his life. His narcissism and histrionics are being fed. If Ronnie did not have this structure, in other words, if I fucking retire, he may experience way more problematic behavior. I don't know too much about his personal life, so we'd have to speak to it, but it has to be affected by these traits. Now.
The next part's pretty important, too.
Oh, yeah, what is the next part?
The part about the fact that you're now security. No. It allows, the paranoid piece of mistrusting people. It actually makes you a great person for security. And it sort of...
Right, because he's suspicious of everyone.
Which is actually...
That's why I hired him for that.
Yes. And
I see, he's fucking like an eagle eye.
The thing is, it takes the pathology, so to speak, and it sublimates it into something that's actually useful.
So he has to watch people.
He does have to. So it normalizes the pathology. Right?
See? I know my customers. I made him a security guy.
I got a question for Dr. Debbie. Has anyone ever scored 109 on narcissism?
No one I personally know, but
right.
Yes.
But in your
not. But I work with a pretty healthy population.
Not like this one.
Listen what you say, Doctor. Without the outlet of this show, Ronnie could get himself into trouble. I, without a doubt, feel Ronnie should be getting some outside help. Now, I want you increasing to 2-3 days a week.
Okay. You're going to pay
Who is
for
this
it?
you're seeing? They didn't tell you needed more help?
Well, two things. Also, Ronnie, I think once a week therapy is hard because I do think that you don't trust easily. But I do think that you can trust more easily. And so something more structured, what you see somebody more frequently, I think would be beneficial. The other thing that Gary wanted me to point out, there's something on the test called the desirability scale, which shows us who's trying to make people think that they're better than they are.
Right.
And Ronnie came out the highest on that. He scored an 85.
Ah, see? You got shit to work on. Langford, what about you?
What?
What about him?
Ronnie thought you were the most crazy.
Yeah, well.
Now you can tell him he's crazy.
Whatever.
Right? But what's the matter?
Dude, I was fine before I worked for you. I had my own business. I am fine. You could say whatever you want. Your test is fine.
Well, it says
I'm not saying anything bad against you.
It says you're
I functioned way before you ever met you, okay?
Right.
Okay, I functioned in life way before you.
Well, maybe
was never in trouble.
Crazier.
You know what?
You don't care.
Say what you want. I don't care.
Maybe he's bad for you then, Ronnie.
Am I bad for you? No, it says I'm good for him.
No, she's saying that, but Ronnie's saying he functioned way before, and now he's got all these problems.
I'm not saying he's bad.
I'm not saying you can't function.
I'm just saying.
She ain't saying you can't function.
Well, basically that's what she said.
No.
If I wasn't working,
you don't hear.
No, I heard. She said if I wasn't working for this show, I could get in trouble.
That some of these traits would surface. Yes.
But I didn't. They never surfaced before.
Okay. Listen, I don't know
you're the greatest narcissist that ever lived. You should be proud of yourself.
I've been dethroned.
You beat Robin.
I'm happy for you.
So what about Benji? Is he kind of loony too?
Yeah, what is Benji's deal? We just wanted to get to Ronnie, the queen.
No, Ronnie's the queen bee here.
Right.
Okay, Benji is an 80 on histrionic personality, so he shares your personality traits.
Yeah, well, he tries to be
He wants to be you,
And he's got 71 on antisocial personality feature. So the way I see Benji, I mean, you see Benji trying to gain attention, but he does it in the negative ways, right? So he'll chronically be late for work or those kinds of things. I think it's the antisocial piece that gets in the way for Benji.
Yeah, he's odd.
He can't figure out how to get the attention that he needs.
So he goes for negative attention.
Yeah, subconsciously. I don't think he really knows what he's doing.
And
but
sometimes it's not even funny. He just wants attention, right?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, look at Ronnie. Now he's all clammed up.
I'm
What's the
never
matter?
clammed
freaking
up.
out?
No.
I told you got issues.
Dude, I don't.
What'd I tell you? I know you.
Okay.
I sit there with you
You're a
every day.
psychiatrist now, too. That's fine.
I am a psychiatrist.
Okay, good for you.
Listen.
When it comes to you,
for
I'm a psychiatrist.
Okay, good. Listen, the reality
I'm
is
happy.
This test is used in conjunction with knowing everybody. So the test results are the test results, and then we have to sort of see how your lives are functioning and see what you're doing, and
You're
then
gonna
you put
be
it all
okay?
together.
No.
Well, you know what? When you think about it, it says the reason you're a good security guy, which I always said you
It's
were.
because you're paranoid.
It's because you're paranoid, and so you look over, and I like that about you. And then it says, look, okay, so, you got characteristics where basically I make you complete. As long as you're with me, you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You should pay me.
Okay.
But Howard, they all make you complete.
That's right.
They all make you complete.
I love them all.
You depend on them. They feed you. It all works really well.
So, Doctor, I've surrounded myself with all crazy people.
No, you are crazy. And it's a mixed bag of nuts.
Hey, with Doctor,
You're all jealous of my results.
Yes, I'm jealous. I am.
I've forgotten about your results.
All week long, it's been Howard's the best and Ronnie's the worst. So
and it was right.
It turned out just the way you wanted it.
All right,
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Now,
Let's
Debbie,
take
give us the real results.
Mark, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, keep that fucking lunatic by the car until you can retest him.
It says he's good for me. He watches out for me because he's paranoid.
Yeah, you want a lunatic by the security, but at the same time, you don't want the fucker around. You never know what the hell he's going to fucking drag your ass into. You know what I'm saying?
I trust him with my life. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah. I have a relative question, I think. Okay, you said Howard was the most normal out of these 6 people.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now how does he and the rest of everyone else compare to the general population?
General population?
Who are you, Piers Morgan?
That's an excellent question.
All
You
right,
should
good.
be an interviewer.
That's a good question.
That is a
Okay, I'll
very
go
good
with that.
And Ronnie is banned from my studio.
Right.
Yeah, good. That's good.
Are you surprised by Ronnie's result?
Yeah, a little. I mean, I hang out with him all day, mostly when we're here, and he's in my studio, and yeah. He gets crazy, but the whole atmosphere is crazy around here.
Right.
So I don't think of him any more crazy than anybody else.
Well, it didn't say like he was a psychopath. It just said he has issues.
Yeah, and I see everybody has issues around here, so I don't.
You're lucky we didn't test you.
Dr. How do you respond to that? I am pretty normal
scored a
by
0 in all 6 categories.
Am I normal by
what is the normal
society
population
Well,
compared to us?
You know what? I don't know the exact stats.
She wants to get out of here alive.
No. It's a.
Doctor, what you're trying to say, if I can put words in your mouth.
No, don't put words in her mouth because they'll be self-serving.
I'm the type of man you would love to date because, let's face it, we're both.
Oh, they're making eyes at each
Here
other.
we go. Okay.
Doctor.
Yeah, look at her blushing. Look at her. Oh, my God.
Wouldn't you love?
Look at her blushing. Holy
Doctor, wouldn't you
shit.
love to marry a man with my psychological profile?
So she could take care of you like the baby that you are?
No, because I've overcome a lot of that. So big deal. Once in a while, I need you to take care of something. Come on. Help me out here.
Boo-hoo.
Take care of the kid.
You would never marry any of these other loons. I'm your type.
I'm a woman. She can't marry me.
That's right.
And I'm spoken for.
That's right. Doctor,
And Howard, you're spoken for as well.
Of course, and that's
Should
true.
I answer Scott's question or
Yes,
just skip
could you
it?
please? No, I want to know how we compare to the general population.
What I was going to say, it's sometimes really hard to tell because if there's lots of different personality traits, it balances it out. But I will tell you that many people score high on narcissism, especially many successful people.
Right.
So it isn't
Would
so
people in this business be considered narcissists?
This business in particular is a high concentration of narcissists and histrionics.
Narcissism comes from having a mother who tells you how wonderful you are every minute.
I
didn't have that.
As long as you,
Howard.
long as you buy into how wonderful she is.
Howard.
That is not true.
That's so not
Howard,
true.
I'm so
What do
glad.
you know,
My
Ronnie?
mother never told me that.
No.
I'm going to put you in a straitjacket.
Can I explain?
Size 42 regular.
Mr. Know-it-all.
Go ahead,
I would actually love the opportunity to explain what I think narcissism really is.
Please.
It's actually having a mother who did not plug into your emotional needs at all.
Right.
Okay? And most of the time needed you to plug into hers.
Yes.
So what ends up happening from a psychological perspective is
Very good.
the well is empty. And so you're trying to feed what should have been fed by the mother out from the outside in.
Poor
so
Robin.
It's really
now you're feeling sorry for me. I'm
It's
doing
really
fine. I feed myself very well.
It's really it's a fragility. It's a facade. It's there's vulnerability inside.
The mother didn't feed what she
the
needed
mother
to
did
feed.
not give
she
the
worried
child-
about her needs.
My mother fed me all the time.
The child emotionally fulfilled the mother versus the mother fulfilling the child, and you can never replace mother love. And so you spend the rest of your life trying to get those
You
needs
know what?
met.
These are the things that I do not like about psychiatry because that never is not true.
It isn't true?
No, it absolutely is not true.
Okay. Oh,
it's true.
It's a facade that you actually need these things as an adult, and you keep looking at like a child at your situation.
Are you a bigger expert than the doctor, Robin?
Absolutely.
Okay. You know what, Robin? Like, that's your opinion, and lots of people have different opinions.
It's not just an opinion.
No, but from where I stand, I don't agree. I don't agree. I think that we
to
actually
say you can never.
Doctor, if she
well,
takes.
then why would I go to therapy, Howard? You can never.
No.
Doctor, if Robin takes enough enemas, can she get the narcissism out of her? All right, listen, doctor. I don't want. Listen. Everyone is a little freaked out right now.
I'm not freaked out. I'm happy for you, dude.
Why are you looking at me? I'm talking about you.
For you.
What about yourself?
But I'm happy for you because it came out the way you wanted it.
Not the way I wanted it.
That's
It's the way
you
it
wanted
is.
You've been
I see it clearly.
All week long, dude. You've been promoting it. Howard's going to be the smartest. Ronnie's going to be the craziest.
Not the smartest, but the healthiest.
The healthiest. Okay.
And you're the
so
most
it turned out the way you
change
want,
that because
like
you're
it
not
always
healthy.
does on this show.
Healthier than him.
That's all you are. Healthier than all of us.
Healthier than the rest of you.
All of us.
That's not saying a lot.
That's all I care about.
That's not saying a lot.
Hey, Ronnie.
That's not saying a lot.
All you're focused on is me. And the
I'm not
doctor hit it
focused on
right
you.
on the head. If it wasn't for me, it's your whole life is me.
No, it's not.
Listen to me.
I didn't say that.
I'm saying
Yeah, okay, good. Yeah.
Listen to
And
me.
he's
Yeah, my
so
whole life is you.
normal. He's so healthy.
Yeah.
Look
Listen
at
to
him.
me.
My whole life
Oh
is
my
you.
God.
You better go work on yourself. And warm up the car.
Can I say something to Robin?
No.
I can't?
No.
One
Don't,
thing?
doctor.
No. What? You don't have to direct anything to me.
No, just to
I'm
answer what
fine.
you
I'm
said.
fine.
No, I know you're fine. I just want to say that, through therapy, for you or for anyone else, you start to figure out what those needs are, and you can't soothe some of
And
them for
that's
yourself.
what I'm saying.
For yourself, but you can't ever get it fed from somebody else. That's the point of therapy. You have to figure out what was missing and try to soothe it yourself.
What?
Figure out.
Look at this, Robin.
No. I'm
You better
trying to
listen to the doctor.
understand What she's saying.
Okay, what you
Just
said to me.
Be quiet over there. The peanut gallery can pipe down.
Everyone's jealous of my scores.
Envious.
Envy.
Not
Envy.
jealous, envious.
Envy is an ugly thing.
You know what?
No, it's not.
4 days of therapy, you ought to be.
3 days.
And you were in 4 days up until 3 weeks ago.
Well, that's right. It
and
worked.
nobody else here has had to have that, but you.
But I'm in a good place.
It doesn't matter.
Doctor wants to marry
Look
me.
at how she's smiling at him. Look at his
Loves
bullshit.
smiling at
Because I
everybody.
work on myself.
How many years have you been in therapy just to
over 11.
to get a little bit better than me?
Oh, I was a lot better than you.
To get a little bit better than me and Fred.
Believe me,
it took you 11 years.
I think the doctor went easy on you. Vinny, you're on the air.
4 days
Go
a
ahead.
week.
Okay, Vinny, go ahead. You're on the air. The doctor shook up by Robin's narcissism. Go ahead, Vinny.
Good morning.
Yeah, she can rock anybody. Yes, Vinny.
Howard, I'm very surprised that you didn't change your choice to Robin as soon as the doctor started reading some of the results, because clearly she's the craziest person on that staff.
Yes,
No,
by
she is
your
not.
calculation.
And it's not about crazy.
No.
It's personality disorders.
Yes.
Well, some of the things that the doctor had described was that she doesn't get along well with others, she has a hard time in relationships, and she was describing Robin to a T.
Well, no, she didn't say
I
that
didn't say
about
that.
Robin.
No,
She didn't say that about
seemed
Robin.
that.
You know, I'm so everything to you. You think she read all of those things and they were all about me.
Who?
That guy right there.
Yeah, Justin, go ahead.
Hey now.
Hey now.
I wanted to tell that this test validated the Dr. Drew test, but with the desirability bit, Doctor,
Yes.
do Robin's 34 Gs help out with her desirability in any way?
Well, of course, she's very desirable.
But it doesn't validate Dr. Drew's test because a couple of people scored higher than me.
Well, it's still really, really high, though.
But
And
he had me the highest in the world.
Who scored higher than you in here? Ronnie did.
Ronnie and Benji, I think.
No,
I didn't.
No, not Benji.
No, it wasn't Benji. It was just,
I scored lower than Robin.
And by the way,
It
when
was
Dr.
Ronnie.
Drew tested us, Ronnie wasn't part of that.
I know that, but Dr. Drew should have found Ronnie because he's the
good
sickest
Lord.
person on earth.
Yeah, I'm sick. Okay.
All right, let's go to Mike. Mike, go ahead.
Yo, hi. Hey, man, all y'all motherfuckers are crazy. You know?
Well, that's what I was trying to
Not
point out
me.
to Howard. You are.
what I've realized about Howard, he's taken on the black man's personality from his high school years, being the bully.
Us black guys are very calm. We're cool, man.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Oh, yeah, you're real calm.
My man Lil Wayne just got out of prison. He said it was easy breezy.
The prison system.
Easy breezy.
Robin doesn't need a psychiatrist because she's black. All right, black people don't need that shit. It's unnecessary.
That's unnecessary. All right, look, this was very exciting, Doctor. I want to thank. Very beautiful doctor. Obviously, a lot of people taking with
gorgeous
her.
doctor.
Well, come on. You know you're hot.
Well,
I
you know
said
what,
the
you know what
gorgeous
we have
doctor.
learned?
What?
As long as Howard continues his therapy, he'll be the most normal of all of us crazy people.
Why are you so jealous of my normalcy?
You know why I'm so jealous, because I'm going to have to sit here and listen to you talk about it
Yeah,
for the rest
please.
of my life.
Yeah, I'm never going to hear the end of this shit now.
The craziest people are the ones who are reacting to crazy.
Whatever. I'm not. What am I doing?
Steve's fine.
What am I doing?
You are so
Look at how you're reacting to this.
Can I have that?
Look at the look on
I
your
want that
face.
report.
Look at the two of you.
I want to take that report to my shrink.
Your normalcy, quote
Thank you.
unquote,
Thank you.
are going to use to beat the hell out of all of us.
No, I'm
Yes,
trying
you
to
are.
help
You
you.
are now,
Listen.
You know who you're like now?
Who?
Scott DePace.
No.
You know how ugly he was
What do you mean?
after he got that high score in the IQ test?
Right.
No.
He just kept crowing and
He
crowing, and
bullied everybody
every
with
time he
I'm
got
not
into
gonna
an
crow.
argument with somebody, he beat them up with "I have a higher IQ."
He's been
I'm not gonna.
And every
Wait a
time
minute.
we have a dispute here, you'll be beating us up with "I'm the
No,
most normal."
I'm not crowing. What I'm saying is, listen to me.
You've been beating me up for years.
What this proves is one thing. I've been trying to tell you guys, I see issues for you. And
Good. Who cares?
doesn't see your
What the
issues.
fuck is
You
that going to
still
do
have
for me?
I'd like you all to realize when you listen back to this show how
I'm
crazy,
not listening.
how crazy you're acting
Good.
right
Who
now.
gives a shit?
The most normal
don't care.
guy, Steve Langford, next to me, is calm.
Fuck him too. Look at
Fuck him all you want.
You can say he's normal all you want.
Yeah, you can
I ain't
say he's
buying
normal all you
Fred
want. Yeah.
is way normal than you two.
Yeah.
I
And
am
you know what?
not buying it.
I will say one thing. The doctor, in my opinion, was 100% accurate.
Good.
And about me as well.
Thank you,
Fine.
Fred.
She wasn't
I'm impressed with
accurate.
her.
I
Fine.
never
Hey, Howard,
said she
I
wasn't
am.
accurate, except about Howard.
I'm normal, I'm normal, I'm normal.
No, I won.
Doctor, why, if Robin scored so much higher than me in her two categories,
Yeah,
did
right.
you rank her more normal than
Well,
me?
that's
Because
what
she
I
was
said.
afraid to tell Robin.
Because you're
she was-
antisocial.
I said it was a toss-up, and we went with Robin because I think she functions better.
Based on what?
Doctor,
Based on what?
Based on what I know about, what I did is I took the scores and I took my assessments of meeting you, and then what I know about you for the last 20 years on the show, and I put together my report.
See, that's horseshit too.
But it's the
You go by the show. By the show.
No, but it's the best that I can do. I'm not sitting with you in an office.
So strictly by
Please
the
bring in a
test.
doctor that doesn't listen to the
No,
show.
no,
Doctor-
excuse me.
fucking test all.
Wait,
Dr.
Ronnie.
Benji says strictly by the test. Did he
Strictly-
do better
He
than Robin?
wants to beat me.
Strictly by the test, his number was a little lower in narcissism. No, he was histrionic. Yes, his number was lower than Robin's, but because of the antisocial characteristics, I think it's in his way more.
But my secondary,
I did explain
her
that.
secondary was higher than my secondary also.
You want the exact?
Uh-oh.
She is the
Now she's pissed. Look at her.
Benji.
The smile's gone.
No, the smile is here. I'm not pissed.
Doctor.
I did explain it though. If people
Doctor,
were
you
listening.
explained it very well. Benji will have
And
to.
neither
you
mine
can
was a
have this
red flag.
conversation off the air.
Okay.
It was very
No,
close.
80's a red flag, Benji.
What are you talking about?
That was
No
in
red
histrionic.
flag.
Histrionic's
Histrionic's
80
a great thing.
and antisocial 71.
That wasn't a red flag.
That's
No, that's borderline. I
No,
think.
but that contributes to what I think is in your way of your stuff that you don't do so well.
Hey, Doctor, I have one
But
question.
normalcy you based on knowing us from the show.
Well,
I would highly.
it's all I can do. I don't know you
I
personally.
would highly recommend therapy for Benji. Is what
Yes.
you say.
I'd be in
Yes,
for that.
based on the way
Definitely.
he acts out on the show. What else can listen?
Based on the way I act out on the show.
You know what? You guys can put it down, but we all take our dysfunction to the workplace, not just the Howard Stern
Without
show.
Howard,
Absolutely.
without
Yes.
Howard, Benji would most likely not have been able to sustain a job out there. Without this structure, he could be in trouble.
Based on the fact that Howard keeps giving you a chance over and over again.
Based on listening to the show.
But you have
this exhibited
problem.
behavior.
No,
Yes.
no, but Rob, we wanted the test results.
What?
You got
What?
the test results.
Okay,
The doctor is factoring in some things she knows. But, okay, you tested a little bit saner than Robin. Okay, you got that.
Although,
but based on what she observed in the room.
But does he get points deducted for putting down a false birth date?
I didn't know that. I heard you say that. I didn't know he did that.
We could debate this all day.
Yes.
Now you know. But most importantly, my buddy over there, Ronnie.
He needs help.
Needs help.
Yeah.
So do
why
you,
are you
asshole.
beating up on him?
You need help
what
also.
You're doing
you need a lot
wrong.
of help.
It's very bad.
It's good radio, though, isn't it? That's right. That's right. Ronnie, I love you.
Can I have that report?
I don't have yours.
No, the thing that you read about me.
Oh.
Yeah, you can have it.
I want that.
Unless the doctor says no. Doctor, can I give him his report?
I mean, it's not my property anymore. But just to tell you, I was told to write up a paragraph based on what I know about you guys.
I want my guy.
Frame this and put it over your refrigerator.
I want my guy to read it. I want him to read it.
He should read it.
I want him to read it.
Believe me.
And don't hurt him after.
He's afraid of you.
And he doesn't listen to the show. So I want him to read it.
They just locked him up.
Whatever.
He
Who
left
cares?
town. He's on a bus.
What do you say? Is your psychiatrist a good guy? Is he? You know
Yeah,
what
I
he's
love
doing?
the guy.
You love the guy?
Yeah.
All right. And he's not afraid to talk to you? He can be honest with you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
You know what, Ronnie? The thing is...
What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm just reading these results.
The thing is, we take ourselves everywhere we go. So the way you guys act on the show is part of your personalities. We don't change our personalities just because we're at work.
It comes out of us.
It comes out of us wherever we are.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, we take ourselves.
I'm not denying
so what
that.
I'm saying is I do think I have a sense of what your personalities are from listening for a number of years on how you have functioned in your work environment. So that's what I use.
What I'm saying to you is, the way you said it was, if I wasn't here with him,
Okay.
I would be in trouble. I don't think so.
No, meaning.
Oh, he'd be in trouble.
No,
I
don't think so. Because I wasn't in trouble
You
before.
wouldn't fill these... Not trouble with the law, genius.
No.
She's saying trouble just like you'd be fucking mess.
No, I wouldn't.
Explain?
I wasn't a mess before.
Can I explain?
You were
Before
always a
I
mess.
worked for you, I wasn't a mess.
Sure you were.
No, I wasn't.
I'm just telling you were.
Okay, here's the reason why it shouldn't be read. I thought I would explain what I wrote for them. It's not that if Howard disappeared, you would be a mess. If the structure of your life, if Howard Stern show went away, the security went away,
right.
If you were just left to your devices, I do think all of these characteristics could surface and you could be in trouble.
Because no one else would put up with them.
Well, it's not. It's okay. I'm done explaining.
Well, that you wouldn't work. You're a successful guy.
Well,
you always had a business.
Yeah, exactly. That's
She's
why I
saying
never worked for anybody.
I'm talking emotionally. Yes.
Okay.
That's why
you got some personality.
Okay, good. Yeah, and so do you.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to be in the car with him. Yeah. How much?
What do I do? Do I put up the divider and I don't talk to you?
No. Okay.
That's the way it's going to be from now on.
All right.
I'm scared of you for this.
Good.
Is that divider bulletproof?
I don't know.
Man.
Listen to me. I love you.
Dude,
like
you
a brother,
don't have to
okay?
you don't have to love me. You think I hate you?
Look at me. Oh, I know you hate me.
Okay.
The doctor knows it too.
Yeah. Do I hate him? Do I hate him?
No, I think you love him.
Well, when you started writing me in crayons back, how many years ago?
It wasn't
you send me a letter
what
in crayon.
Are you doing?
I knew there was something wrong.
Crayons.
But I hired you. You seem like you're reliable. He's reliable as hell, I got to tell you.
Crayons.
All right, listen to me. When I get in the car from now on, the divider should automatically be
Okay,
up.
good. No problem. I can handle that. How about I'll be in the car less than I am now? How's that?
I'll be in the back.
That'll be even better.
I'll be in the back with Dr. Debbie.
Okay.
That's right.
But I won't be there. I don't want to hear what's going on.
All right. Dr. Debbie, you are lovely.
Thank you.
You really
You're
are.
just saying that because you got the best score. If she
Say
had
what you
told
will.
you were Ronnie, you'd be throwing her out of here.
I know I'm not Ronnie. I knew I test very well, and I knew I beat all of
But
you.
you don't know what she was going to say.
Oh, I knew. I knew what she's going to
You
say.
know now after the fact.
Wait, what was your histrionic score?
Go back and listen before we heard the result. Wait a second.
Howard was 74.
Go back and listen.
That's pretty good.
Before Dr. Debbie walked in and what I predicted. I'm pretty dead on about
You've been
all of you.
predicting it forever,
I'm
dude.
dead on about all of you.
You predicted it before we even took
I know
the
my
test.
customers.
Okay.
Langford was the wild
you
card.
didn't fix this whole thing?
You mean that I'm secretly in love with Dr. Debbie when we meet at a hotel and we plan this whole thing
No,
out?
that doesn't mean that you met at a hotel.
Dr. Debbie and I were involved sexually last night. I entered her multiple times. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, my goodness.
Dr. Debbie and I had orgasms all night and then plotted this whole thing out. Dr. Debbie, you swear that didn't happen?
Write up the results.
I swear that didn't
look
happen.
how she's
Debbie, you're blushing.
Yeah, look how she's blushing.
You know.
I was on Piers
what
Morgan
can I
last
say?
night. I couldn't have been in a hotel.
And she brought her two best friends with her, too.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Are they as hot as you, Dr. Debbie?
You can meet them if you would like to check it out.
I need to evaluate them.
You want them in? Okay.
Well, let me tell you, Dr. Debbie, you've done me a big favor. Now I've got the rest of these people in line.
This is what I'm telling you. You've given him
Now I'm
ammo
totally out of
to
line.
beat up on all of us for the rest of our time here.
Mike, go ahead. You have the last word in Detroit.
Okay, listen, Doctor. What does it say about Howard's personality that he was so accurate with his predictions? Is that a result of him being so healthy?
Yeah, it means I'm observant.
Quite honestly, it's a result of so much therapy. You just become very aware.
And that's what I told you. He lies on these tests because he's learned he's very manipulative. And this is something you don't pick up on.
Freaky.
No, you are
What's wrong with you?
manipulative.
Saying such a terrible thing about me.
And you don't know this about yourself.
Listen to me. I
Yeah,
didn't manipulate
really. Look what you do to people.
The woman gave me true, false questions. I answered them as honestly as I could.
As honestly as you know what result you want to get.
And why didn't you do that?
Because I was honest.
Well, so was I.
No, you weren't.
Oh, my God. You need so much help.
I know you.
I love you.
know you
I'm
better
begging you
than-
to get help.
I know you better than you know yourself.
Would you go
I
back
know
into
you better,
therapy for me?
Certainly than I know.
Will you go back
than
into
the
therapy for
doctor.
me?
No.
You will not.
I am going to stick to my guns.
As a result of what the doctor said today, you will not go to therapy.
I told you if I was the worst.
All right, well, you were pretty damn close. You were up there with Benji and Ronnie. That's not good. Think about that.
Look, again, I will say we're all in pretty bad shape.
Not me. Doctor
You,
thinks I'm the
again,
ideal man.
Again,
Tell him,
3 days a week it takes you to be in bad shape.
Sounds like you think you know more than the doctor. Honestly, listening to you carry on.
I am talking about you. I know
Can you accept that she has expertise? Can you accept that she?
I do accept that
Do you
she
accept
has
that she has something
expertise.
you don't?
And the doctor will tell you, there are people like you who are so good, they even fool psychiatrists.
Can you accept that she knows more than you?
Can you confirm what I'm just saying, that there are people who can fool psychiatrists?
There are people who can.
You?
There's one.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing in therapy, fooling a psychiatrist.
But I don't think I can be fooled.
I believe that you have just met
the person who can fool me.
Can you accept?
No, I can't accept
Can
anything.
you? I'm asking you a question.
I can't accept anything from
Not
you
from
right
me.
now because I'm sick of you lying on these
Can
tests.
you accept that the doctor is a bigger expert than you and has more training and has something that you don't?
Absolutely, she knows what she's doing, except in a patient like you.
Can you accept?
Except in a patient like you.
Can you accept
I accept
that?
what she
I'm
says
going to
about
ask you a
me,
yes or no
but
question.
I do not accept what she says about
Can you accept that the doctor is an expert and knows more than you?
Yes, about me, not
okay.
you.
All right. Okay. Now you see what I'm saying?
Because you are manipulative, is what she's saying.
Right. Okay. Who's paranoid?
You are an expert at it.
You didn't
You're
do well.
the best.
The test was
You're
very bad.
the best.
Go talk to Ronnie. He's more your ally.
You're the best. I know it about you, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, mister.
You knew more than the doctor. I heard you arguing with
You know
her.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Debbie spent all her life studying this stuff, and right away you step in and know.
You are the master. You could
Thank
be
you.
one of those guys who takes on other people's identities.
Like
That's
Hannibal
how
Lecter?
good you
That's
are.
okay. So I'm nuts. All right.
You're. I didn't say you were nuts.
Yeah.
I said you were a master manipulator.
Robin is jealous.
You're almost saying.
She's yelling and screaming. What is she counting on? She's jealous of Howard. And my son was taught to be normal. Listen.
Of course he's normal.
I told my son to think of others. And I'm a giver, and my son is a giver.
Oh, I wish we had tested your mom.
Oh, that's for another show.
That's for another show.
Thank
Got
you
it
guys.
again, doctor.
Can I have my report, please? That
No.
you read?
Yeah, I'm
No, because
so
you
not
don't
comfortable with that.
Thank you,
No,
Debbie.
no,
You did a
no,
great job.
I want my
Thank
guy
you,
to
Eric.
read it. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, don't
Thank
pay
you.
attention.
No, I'm paying attention.
Nice to meet
Doctor,
you.
nice to see you again.
Thank you. It was a pleasure meeting
We might
everybody.
have to have more testing.
What?
What a great thing to be a hug.
Did you bet?
Most hours are.
No, I
Did
should
you win?
have. I should have.
Well, you should have. You should have.
Now I have to follow you.
That's a funny. Like who would
Should've.
know that? And who could dispute it? By the way.
Should have bet, man.
No, I'm gonna have to stay locked down on you.
Yeah, you do that.
Freddie owes Howard $50.
Want something? Best $50.
Benji owes Robin 50.
Because that was kind of, that was because we were betting who was more normal. And she was
Robin,
basically-
Benji owes you $50.
You owe me $50.
30, Howard.
So Benji, give me another 50. Oh, that's my 50. But that's the 50 you owed me. Oh, you owed. Oh, you gave it to me. Oh,
I just gave
Benji
you
owes Howard 50. Benji owes Robin 50.
Yeah.
Robin owes Howard 50. So here, forget it. So you owe me 50.
I'll give you 50 and Robin 50. No.
Actually, I need $10 change.
Who's that from?
This is Fred's 50 he owes you. Ready to give you a 10?
Not Fred. Thank you.
That's enough, Benji. You don't owe me.
No, it's good.
No. It's done. It's done.
It's not betting
over.
then.
No, I just checked.
Come on, Howard.
You're free. It's my $50.
Everybody who's in here doesn't belong in here. Get the fuck out.
You got it, Howard.
Why did the psychologist evaluation not hold any water in your opinion?
It's a good question. I don't know. I'm not giving you a good soundbite. I just, don't tend to maybe necessarily buy into all that. But,
So the profession in and of itself, you don't necessarily respect on.
No, I'm not. I don't want to say that. But to just write down some tests and this is going to be the judgment.
Well, to truly get into the heart and mind of Steve Langford, you shouldn't be able to use a number 2 pencil in a Scantron machine.
Well, that's a good question.
You seemed satisfied with your results. You said that you seemed like they were accurate to you.
I felt like she was pretty much on the money with me. Look, I've certainly been to enough people and therapists and things like that to figure out over the years what I like about myself, what I don't like about myself, and I think she was pretty much on target. So there you go. And it's probably the thing that I struggle with is the antisocial part. Trying to work on that.
Robin, you seem the most upset by the fact that Howard finished first, though. That it was skewed.
Don't believe that result. I'm sorry. I will point out a number of things to you. The man can't function by himself. He has an army of people, so he can go to therapy 3 times a week.
Right.
That is not normal. And he's still spiking. It's like 3 times a week in an army full of people and you can't get within the normal range? Forget it. Just imagine him without all those trappings.
So that throws the test validity out the window right there.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want to be normal.
You can't be normal in this business.
I mean, what good would normal do me?
Well, here's the deal. It's like if we were all normal, we'd all be accountants and lawyers. And
I could have stayed in nursing if I was normal.
Exactly. It's like there was a reason that I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And this is my reason. This is why I'm
Absolutely.
here.
So normal isn't all it's cracked up to be anyway.
Show business is crazy business.
Obviously, you feel sort of slighted by this test.
No, I don't feel slighted at all.
Really? So what's your?
I just didn't like that the assessment was based on.
You think there's show bias?
Yeah. I didn't like that. I was fine with everything being totally by the test. I don't want an assessment, a subjective. They said it wouldn't be subjective. A subjective assessment of what she's observed by being a listener. I think that was a little like. I think that was a little not improper as a psychological assessment.
What do you find so sexy about her?
She has a nice. I like someone that's really smart. She has a great body. She has a really pretty face. So
the whole package.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to take this? I know sometimes some people from the show you've dated. Are you going to try to take this up a notch?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, and her friends too. Yeah.
Why are you so upset about it? You seem to be very upset about it.
You seem to be upset.
No, I'm not, dude.
I'm not either.
I don't care. I mean, what's going to happen?
Play too crazy.
What's the difference? Is it going to change anything? Is it going to change your job? Is it going to change anything in your life? Are you upset?
Ronnie,
are you going to go home and sit in the corner now and get upset?
What's the word? Project? I think you're projecting. You're upset.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm not upset.
Then why you keep dwelling on it?
I think it's interesting. I think it's But why are you dwelling on my dwelling?
Ron,
stay the fuck away from me, man. I'll fucking kick you out.
Dude, you're like disabled.
Yeah, that's it, man. They shut me down.
Everything you say to us is a question at this point.
Yep. Except for my one job, right?
Even that, I don't know if I can respect his opinions anymore. If he tells me, don't do this, it's like, You're crazy.
Because before this test, you were really listening to.
Really listening. Yes, he was definitely.
Ron, you keep saying that you don't care, that you already knew you were off your rocker.
Through. Don't worry about the camera. It's okay. There's nothing going on here. Believe me.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
There's absolutely nothing going on here.
That's what you keep saying. You keep maintaining that, that there's this. You're off your rocker. That
Dude,
that
I'm
there's.
not off my rocker.
But you seem to be deflecting.
I'm not deflecting. I told you before I went in there. If they think I'm crazy, that's fine with me.
Is it really though? How could that be fine with you to be mentally unstable?
Dude, I'm not mentally unstable. Okay, you and your stupid questions. You think you're gonna get to me with your dumbass questions? You're not. You're not gonna get to me.
The test indicated that you had a lot of issues.
And she's a major fan of the show, and it went down exactly the way he wanted it to go down. Okay.
See, right here, you're pretty much saying that the test is bullshit.
I'm paranoid, exactly.
You were, Dr. Debbie.
Yes.
So the results are in.
The results are in.
And Ronnie's nuts.
Ronnie has a lot of things brewing inside of him, according to this test.
A lot of the guys, especially the guys who finished, let's say, less normal,
yes,
seem to think that there's a bias because you're a fan of the show, and that was brought into the analysis when the scores were close.
I can assure you that it isn't a bias. It was actually helpful, because when you're trying to assess a personality type and you get results of a test, you want to know something about a person, and they want to use that as a defense because they're thinking that this isn't our personalities, this is the show. I've never seen a job where the personalities are more present than this job. And I don't care what job you're in, wherever you go, your personality goes with you. So I stand by that. I really stood as an expert. I tried to, from the information I had, I tried to pull together a profile, right? If I sat with them in a room every week and it was their actual therapist, I may have some different things to say, but I pulled from what I knew. And I don't think it was biased. I think it was helpful.
You guys can't give me numbers. I would like to know who you think would be good to go to based on the numbers.
He's obviously the most distraught over the results.
Yeah.
Benji likes you. Did you pick up on that, just being able to analyze his behavior? This is almost a way of trying to pick you up.
Sure, it's his way of trying to get my attention.
He's being charming. And
that's his way of trying to be charming, yes.
Is there any chance that you would ever go out with Benji?
I don't think I'm going to date anyone on the show.
Now, just one more person. I want to get back to Ronnie.
Okay.
He seems to have a very defensive way about him when you tell him that, he scored the highest. Or if you say, Ronnie, you're crazy, he has a tendency to repeat things back to you if you criticize him. So, Ronnie, you're out of control. Yeah, I'm out of control. Did you notice that at all?
He gets defensive. He's trying to protect himself and shield himself, very sensitive to criticism.
What? Dude, I'm trying to eat.
I'm merely doing what Howard told me to do.
No, he didn't tell you he said in the car. He didn't say here.
No, he said from the time.
No.
Follow this person around.
No, he didn't, dude. Go back and listen to it. You wonder why fucking people are nuts around here. You get an ass like this.
What are you talking about? Howard told me to do this.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
She's up here. Okay, she's getting responses here. Yeah.
This is so stupid. Fuck me, I'll fucking walk you around the whole fucking building. I really don't care. I'll go out in the hall where you can't go, so. Stupidest shit ever. Bye. What happens if I walk in the studio? You gotta follow me too?
I sure will.
Okay. That's good.
That's not proof, that's a prediction.
I have to return a phone call now that I got while I was in there. Is that okay with you?
Mm-hmm.
You sure? Come on, Matt. Don't worry about this asshole with this camera. This is bullshit.
It's no time for name calling there, crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing I haven't called you before.
All right. What are you doing, man?
No, just John Hine you called for.
No, but I think it's
No, You just called for John Hine. You just called for John Hine. Gary.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hine and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked about a lot of stuff. JD went on vacation, so his mother and his stepfather, that was some funny stuff. Ronnie, we talked about how Ronnie got scammed by Captain Janks with the hot chick of the week. And then Ronnie was getting very excited by Twitter because he was approaching the 100,000 mark. So during the entire show, he kept looking at his BlackBerry to see whether he made it or not. Do you think he made it? Tune in, you'll find out.
Plenty to discuss as always as JD walks into the room. Thank you for coming down, JD.
Hello.
Everybody have a good break?
Yeah. Yes.
What'd you do, Gary?
Mostly hung around my neighborhood, hung around my house, went to a couple of concerts and barbecues, and then I went off on the book tour. The paperback came out last week, so I did D.C. on Thursday night, Dallas on Friday night, and Chicago on Saturday.
How'd it go?
Really good. Went really good. And then I'm on Conan this Thursday night. Conan O'Brien, in case you don't know what Conan means. Told my kid, he goes, Conan who? And then I'm doing a signing in Pittsburgh on Saturday, but I really was already on my way there before I had the signing to see the Mets game and then the Huey Lewis concert that follows.
Are you more excited about the Mets and Pirates or the Huey Lewis concert?
I think I'm excited about the Huey Lewis concert.
So you're going out to L.A. for Conan and then coming back to Pittsburgh?
Yes.
So you're all over the place, but this tour is much more truncated.
Then it's done. One. That's it. That's the end of the tour. Like I said, I was going to Pittsburgh anyway next weekend.
All right. Well, that's cool.
How about you? What'd you do?
Nothing. We a few of us went to the Met game last week.
Oh, yeah, I saw some pictures.
Yeah.
Your nose is really red, JD.
I know. I see it in the mirror. Don't worry. It's going away.
Well, we had like sunscreen and hats and
Go ahead.
Do you burn easy, JD? Are you like one of those guys?
I guess I didn't feel it burning. If I would have felt it burning, I would have used something, but, whatever. Who cares?
Whatever. What about in Florida?
I felt bad for John watching the Pirates
blow a huge 7-0 lead.
You didn't feel bad at all. You were all enjoying it as I suffered.
Yes, I did. Hey, Justin Turner wasn't doing very well for my fantasy team.
Look at us all here bragging about our sub 500 teams.
Exactly. He's no Neil Walker. But do you, when you're in Florida, do you like put on lotion or anything? Because you do burn easily.
I would have if we did something, outdoorsy.
Are you one of those guys? Like, I had a friend who used to wear like long shorts and high black socks and a hat. He had to wear like a big like that hat that the Chinese people wear. Like, do you burn really easy?
No, I mean, I guess, but no, I'll wear lotion.
You know, it's weird. The Chinese people don't even burn easily.
Then why do they wear the hat?
I don't know. Maybe
that's maybe why.
Maybe that protected them all these years.
Was it your idea to have the alligator tail? Everybody was really surprised by that.
Yes, it was in the appetizer section, and we were at a place called Gators or something. And I was like, yeah, we'll try the gator tail.
I had those in New Orleans. They deep fry that shit. You don't even know what's in it. It may not even be alligator.
It was very tough. Very tough.
New Orleans,
tails are tough.
they do rattlesnake also. Did you ever have that?
No, I haven't gone that crazy.
I had the turtle soup. That's it.
So it's fried anything, basically? Because it was fried, you were willing to eat it?
No, it was I was just trying alligator tail. What the hell?
I think I know what John's getting at. It doesn't sound like you to be so ambitious or curious about stuff.
Well, sometimes I am. I was feeling, sometimes I feel froggy,
Well, what else did you eat down there?
Well, I ate regular food,
What?
Went to Sonny's, baby back ribs, and pulled pork, and,
Did you have a good time seeing your mom?
Yes, of course.
And it was Lisa also said that you reached the 100,000 follower mark on Twitter.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How meaningful was that to you? And don't lie.
Don't lie.
Yes. How meaningful was it for you to reach 100,000 followers on Twitter?
Well, as in all things, I like to, be, I guess, successful or, just be good at something. And, knowing that 100,000 people are still somewhat interested in, what I have to say and whatnot, it's cool in a way.
What other milestones do you think he's got right now going for him? That's a big milestone for him. It's that and then waiting to turn 40. You know what I mean?
Well, I know what this means to JD. I think as important as he just tried to say it was, it's really important.
Well, who has more followers, you or Ronnie?
Me.
He does.
Oh, okay. He passed you then. Well, no, you didn't. That's right. You started after him.
Yeah, I started in
How many do you have?
99,850.
Oh, so I see.
I'm closing in.
He's closing in. Is that going to be a bummer if he passes you?
No, it's not. It's not necessarily a bummer in that sense. I'm a little jealous of how popular he is, in such a fast amount of time.
Well, how long,
at least
how
on
long,
there.
How long have you been on Twitter?
I've been on a year almost.
Oh, okay.
And I just got the 100,000. He's been on,
February 11th.
Yeah, February. And he's not only is he verified, he's almost up to 100,000.
Did you ever figure that Twitter was going to take such an important part, become such an important part of your life?
No. Absolutely.
Do you know that Ronnie didn't have an email address till recently?
Yeah.
I'm serious. I said to him, Ronnie, I tried to email you. I don't have your address. He goes, I don't have one of those fucking things. Maybe 8 months ago?
I had one and then I didn't have one.
Right. But I mean, I think at Christmas I tried to send Ronnie an email.
Well, I got it right after Christmas. I got the new one.
So a guy without an email now has an email address and now is a superstar on Twitter.
Yeah. What kind of difference has Twitter made in your life?
Well, the sitcom thing that I'm being offered I got off, the guy contacted me through Twitter. So that's worth it in itself right there.
Mm-hmm.
And Hot Chick of the Week is fun until I get scammed,
Are you upset about the scamming?
I was a little upset at first because you know what? Because, I'm just trying to, have fun with it. And then always got an idiot that has to try and screw with you.
Are we going to run into any wiener-like scandals with you?
No. See, that was another thing, because he put up all these things that I tweeted to this girl, supposedly, who was him. But he was trying to make it like I was doing something inappropriate, and it wasn't. I was just asking questions, if the girl was willing to do it, whether she's willing to put up cool pictures, and that was it. But he was making it, trying to sound like I was doing something like he was doing.
Has a girl ever answered questions and you said, you know what? I don't like the way she's answering these. She's not going to be a hot girl of the week.
Not really, because pretty much every girl I've put up has been really good. They've been really cool.
Well, you say
except for Captain Jenks.
Well, you say you're posting cool pictures. What exactly makes a cool picture so girls can know what to send?
Here's the deal: what the fans, the followers, whatever, the haters, the assholes, whatever you want to call them, they're always looking for naked. They're looking for some kind of nudity. They're looking for topless. They're always like a girl, like the girl who's up now, Christy. She puts up a lot of pictures that she's not nude, but they're very sexy pictures. And like they'll go, oh, she's a bore, she's a bummer, she's this, she's that, because she's not putting up, tell her to put up topless, and they spell it out in capital letters, So,
Would you say the pictures that Howard tweets of Beth qualify as cool pictures? Like, could she be hot chick of the week?
She could be hot chick of the week, but she's not putting nudes up. She's putting cool pictures up. Well, actually, Howard's putting them up. Like the picture of the belly button thing. I thought that was really cool because when I first looked at it, I go, "Whoa, that's almost like an artsy type thing,"
And so, this do you expect to get more submissions now for Hot Chick of the Week? Is it going to become?
I don't believe anybody now. That's the whole problem.
Well,
guys have been sending me stuff now right after Jenks, and they're going, oh, you got to check this girl out, you got to check that girl out, and now I don't know who's real and who's not real.
Well, how do you check them out now?
Fuck.
Well, basically, no, Benji, I don't fuck them. Stop this. Don't make up shit, okay?
I was just making it up. Ronnie's
telling me he's got AIDS.
Herpes. I would scan through a lot of the girls that were on Twitter, and I would see, like I said on the air before, was like I look for girls with the least amount of followers that are good looking.
So you're looking for regular girls. You're not looking for girls who are already sort of established.
Well, I'm not looking for, like the porn, like all the porn chicks mostly. They all have a lot of followers because a lot of guys know who they are from their movies, stuff like that. A lot of the girls that I put up, like what's the first one, Vixen, sexy Vixen, okay, who is now XX Brittany. Vixen Brittany.
Well, she changed her name?
Yeah, she had to because they shut her account down.
Why? I
don't know. Somebody was screwing with it, and she had to shut it down. She lost a lot of her followers. She had like over 10,000. And that was another one because when I found her on there, she had like 206 or 300 followers. By the time I was done with her, she had over 10,000. And she put up a lot of nude pictures, lots, But she's a stripper, and she says she's a stripper.
So I heard like one of your hot girls of the week is like a former Maxim hometown hottie.
Is that Valley Girl?
I don't know.
Valley Girl is from New Hampshire, I think, and she's smoking hot, really smoking hot.
But she was sort of established before. Are you looking for girls?
No, she wasn't really. No, she did.
Well, she was a Maxim hometown hottie,
yeah, but
right?
she didn't have a lot of followers on Twitter. See, that's what I'm looking for.
Is that how you're nobody without Twitter followers?
Well, according to them, because a lot of them send me like I want to be because they want followers. Because they can promote their websites and all this other stuff. So.
What number is like? That's a lot of followers for like a girl, for a regular girl.
Usually, if it's over 1,500, I won't even bother.
So this seems like, Ronnie, it's an America's Got Talent kind of thing. Like you're not looking for anybody who's established or out there. You're trying to find that diamond in the rough and then bring them out to everybody who follows you on Twitter.
Yeah, kind of. It's fun. It's fun.
I can't wait till the first show of any kind where they go. And here she is. She's one of Ronnie Munn's Girls of the Week. Let's hear it for Brittany.
Could happen.
Well, there's this one. Which one was it? Let's see. Real smoking hot girl.
Not Vixen?
No, Vixen was the first one.
You've been doing it for 8 weeks. You don't remember all of them?
Is it 8 weeks?
Wait, wasn't the Valley one the smoking hot?
Yeah, no, it's more than 8 weeks. I think it's more than 8 weeks. The Brett Rossi.
Oh, yeah,
that
smoking
chick,
hot.
She's smoking hot. Did you see her?
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
No, she's smoking hot.
She is. She's very hot. Very hot.
Okay.
And Chris, the one that's up now is hot, but I think she has for reasons that I know why, she has a hard time putting up, topless and shit.
If she put up the topless,
no, because of what she does for a living.
Was she gonna do it between classes?
No.
If she put up the topless picture, would that make her smoking hot like the others, or is that what?
Well, I think she's smoking hot anyway.
Okay.
I mean, the pictures she puts up are real sexy and they're hot. But people get upset. JD will tell you if they don't put up nudes, they get all bent. They want to see more. Now,
Ronnie, what were you telling me during the break? I wanted to get back to it about your followers.
Oh, it jumped about 50 since we've been talking about it.
So what?
So I got 103 to go to 100,000.
And are you going to do anything special if you hit the 100,000? When you hit the 100,000, I should say.
No, not really.
Just another day.
Another day in the office.
Are you surprised, Gary, at how much this means to Ronnie? I mean, we've talked about it to death with JD, but Ronnie, I would say it almost means more to Ronnie than it does to JD.
I'm surprised how much it means to him in terms because it meant nothing to him not that long ago. Like probably 8 months ago, he would have gone, Twitter, that's for fucking losers. And now he's like killing on it. And so, yeah, it means a lot to him. I am surprised a little bit.
What you'll see on Howard TV that you can't see here now, obviously, is that Ronnie's got his phone in his hand. And as we're having this conversation, he's looking down at the phone.
Checking Twitter, that's all. You know,
the glare, the screen.
Yeah, picture had a big limo wreck today.
43, Gary? Because mine says 103.
No, I got to tell you, I don't know. I think I'm at like 143,000. Should I be worried? Is Ronnie breathing down my neck?
No, but JD is.
Well, no, you'll pass me very soon.
Ronnie, hold on. Ronnie Munn has 100,090 followers.
Yeah,
Benji Bronk.
Hey, isn't it time we finally tell Ryan that we created Twitter?
Hey, what's up? This is Jason, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, Benji Bronk was MIA. He was at the hospital getting his ankle checked out. He had gotten into a scuffle with a television reporter or somebody that he was harassing down on the street, and we were debating how hurt he could possibly have been since he was on the show all morning, and whether or not he actually deserved the beatdown that he got. I thought he did.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the wrap-up show. I'm John Hine, joined as always by Gary Delabate.
Hello, hello.
And I don't see Benji Bronk to your right, Gary.
Well, we usually don't when the show starts. Sometimes he moseys on down. But, yeah, he's not in that much pain. I was talking to him a lot about what happened during breaks. And he's not only physically hurting, but he's mentally upset that somebody would do that to him on purpose. Mm-hmm. And his feeling is, I was being a dick, but I don't deserve to have this happen to me.
Do you agree with that?
I sort of do. Standing in front, I don't think that because a guy jumps in front of a camera, it's not like he broke the law.
Well, let me put you in the producer. You're producing that.
Oh, I'd be pissed as shit.
Segment. And this guy who you don't know from Adam jumps in front, to mess around. Your instinct isn't going to get him out of the way?
I'd be pissed as shit, but I wouldn't. I might even try to push him out of the way, like say, hey, come with me or something like that. But I don't think I'd whip a chain at his ankles.
Well, do we know that that's what happened?
I don't know what happened.
Do you think that someone whipped a bike chain at Benji's ankles?
That's what he's telling me.
That's not what I asked you. Do you think that's the case?
Well, then how did his ankle get that way?
Well, I heard, and Jason, maybe you want to explain this. I heard a theory that he fell down and maybe got pushed towards that, and a piece of metal hit your ankle and it would bruise that way.
I'm laughing at, we knew someone a long time ago who used to sneak into concerts pretending to be handicapped, and, in a wheelchair because he used to record the concerts, and then he got in a car accident. He was really handicapped. I'm thinking of all the times Benji's thrown himself on the ground pretending to get hurt, like when he did it with Soupy Sales, and then he got thrown on the ground and I was really hurt.
Well, I think Benji is also upset at the fact that Robin is very skeptical and thinks he's milking this injury.
Yeah, he said Robin thinks I'm faking it. And I said, she didn't say you're faking it. She said you're milking it, meaning she could see it's bad. Again, first of all, so it's the morning starts. I'm explaining to Howard that I get a call from Benji at 9 o'clock last night, right? So it's me, John Hine, and JD, and we're talking to Howard. The door flies open, and Benji's on this really old school crutches, wooden crutches.
Yes.
Usually they're metal now and everything like that. And I've talked on the air before. We have what's called the floating floor. So Benji's clumping around, and you could feel the whole floor vibrate.
It was reverberating.
Then JD writes me a note, and as he's writing it, I said, I know what you're writing, because Benji is panting and sweating profusely.
Sweating to death. And we sort of knew what happened, but we didn't know what happened.
But if you didn't know anything, you'd be like, but this is what Benji does to himself, and I feel bad for him. If I didn't tell that story, because Benji called me the night before, the doors would fly open, you go, what the fuck is Benji up to today?
Right. It's a bit. And you know what? That's where Benji sort of cries wolf. He can't complain if someone thinks that that's not the case, because he has done that before. He's made his bed in that situation.
He called me last night. He was very serious. He's like, listen, I think I'm going to go to the hospital. And when he said he didn't go to the hospital, I was disappointed in him. He's like, I don't want to spend 5 hours sitting around in the hospital. I was like, well, then you can't complain about the pain.
What did you want to say, JD?
I felt so bad, like, laughing at him this morning, but just Ronnie opened up the door, and Benji was clumping in just slowly, like he could barely move. And it was just so funny.
And you know what? Robin may be a little right, because I've seen people on crutches, and your bad legs off the ground, you can move. Benji was moving like an old lady in a movie.
But the other question is, if your ankle is that hurt, why aren't you at the emergency room? Why don't you have somebody look at it? Is it because, why did he come in this morning?
I sort of get what he was going for. I wouldn't have done it. He didn't want to. He knew he was going to sit in the hospital for 5 hours last night. They probably would X-ray it. He didn't feel like dealing with that, and he figured if he got on the air, someone would get him a better doctor, and that's what someone did.
Well, that might be true, but I mean, there was no way Benji was going to miss his moment in the sun today.
Yes. Oh, is that
there was just no way that was going to happen. I think he could be in a wheelchair today, and an eyeball falling out, and there was no way he was going to miss this. Not in a million years. And he got a good doctor out of it.
Yeah, after you saw he got that cable network, he got big coverage on this thing. Yeah. He had to show up. He had to.
Right.
But in spite of his health, I mean, who knows what's wrong with that ankle now?
But, listen, because I think, I'm fat, I'm out of shape, so I'm going to put myself on the same level as Benji. I was on crutches a few years ago, and they're not that big. I couldn't put my foot on the ground. Like, Benji seems to not want to put his foot on the ground. And it's not pleasurable. It's not fun, but it wasn't like the hard work. Like, Benji, you thought he came out of the war this morning. It was ridiculous. He hurt his ankle, and it somehow affected his entire body.
Benji was acting like he was on the kind of... You ever see in movies where, like, POWs get out and they make their own crutches? That's like he was moving like he had made his own crutches.
Hey, he almost did. He got him at midnight rather than getting him from a doctor.
But I got him at midnight one time when I hurt my, listen, sometimes you hurt yourself and not everything's open. You go to CVS and they have these really cheap, crappy crutches there. But it's the way he's using them. He's putting all his body weight on both crutches and then propelling himself forward. He's like retarded.
Manny in Pennsylvania, welcome to the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys, good morning.
Good morning.
For all the stupid shit that Benji does, eventually shit like this catches up with you in life. You do enough dumb shit, you're going to get slapped in the mouth.
I agree.
I guess, but, do you think that, like Stuttering John, we used to send him out all the time to ask dumb questions. Do you think he deserves to be hit for that?
No, I don't think anybody deserves to have their person physically harmed in any way, but, people get annoyed when it comes to, things of this nature a lot of times.
I have a comment about this because I don't know how physical it got. I mean, I know what the end result of Benji is, but I don't know what the actual...
John's saying we don't even know that.
Right. I don't know what the actual fight was, but this didn't happen at the press conference. This happened when a woman was doing a stand-up report on the street. Now, I'm just going to put myself in the position of her producer. Now, if you watch the tape, Benji gets in her space. I mean, he steps right in front of her and gets in front of the camera. If I'm her producer, I'm freaking the fuck out that there's a maniac on the street in New York is walking up to my reporter and I'm pushing him out of the way. Hands down.
I think there's a difference between John standing up at the press conference and asking his questions versus what Jason's talking about.
But I guess in my mind, I'm saying I would push a guy out of the way too. I would move him out of the way.
Physically move him out of the way.
The way I'm hearing it is a guy came and whipped a bike chain around his ankles.
Well, and then so I was in the hall when Robin was looking at his ankle, and she's like, "Oh, Kerry's story makes so much more sense now." Kerry called in earlier and said the guy didn't hold Benji down and like whip him with the chain that he had a chain on, and then they were tussling, and the chain was just getting whipped around on its own. And she, because his ankle looks like something definitely hit up it and bruised it, but it doesn't look like someone held him down and beat him
he was making it sound like somebody whipped a chain at him. I got it.
Well, that's what he said. I don't know who has the real story. All I'm saying is the guy on the phone is right. You walk up to a girl doing her job on the street, which I think is hilarious, by the way. I'm not telling them to not do that.
Do you want him to stop?
No, not at all. But listen, if I was on the other side of that and someone got too close to my reporter, I'd protect her.
My phone started blowing up yesterday. JD called me first, and Ross called me, and everyone's like, "Did you see Benji? Did you see Benji?" So I happened to go upstairs, and I turned on my TV, and it just happened to be on Fox, and it was TiVo. It was doing it. So I saw Benji walk in front of the camera. So I hit the record button. My family, we watched it like 5 times last night. It's the funniest fucking thing. Oh, it's hilarious.
Now, see, I don't like a few years ago, Sal and Richard stood like 10 feet behind a reporter and started to pretend to make out or really made out on camera, and they got physical with them. And I thought that was bullshit because they weren't anywhere close to this woman or man or whoever. But he was standing right next to her. I don't know.
So if Sal and Richard were making out in front of the reporter, then that would make it okay.
I think as soon as you invade someone's space where somebody could freak out that we don't know who you are and you could be hurting one of our employees, then I think you have to expect to get physical.
Let's talk legally. Say a guy came out and he tackled Benji. If it ever went and in other words, what is Benji's transgression? What did he do? You say he stood in front of a camera, he looked menacing? Like, what would you say?
I have no idea what the law is. I just think that if Benji's going to get in someone's physical space like that, he has to expect confrontations like this.
You're saying expect it, but do you think legally?
I don't know. I don't honestly. Defense lawyers with all their bullshit. I don't know how those cops got up for rape. I don't know anything about
because they didn't rape.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
they were acquitted.
They were acquitted. That is true. They were acquitted, even though the jury said it made them sick to acquit them.
I mean, I guess he's approaching in a non-threatening manner. You know, you could go down that road, but
what is there a law against that?
I don't know what the law is, but
because if there is, I've been threatened in I've been a person in a non-threatening manner every day I lived in Manhattan.
Yeah.
If Howard was doing something out on the street and a complete stranger got close to him, like to the point where you wanted to,
I have done it.
Right? Okay. Now I don't know what your legal rights are to do that, but you do it because you're protecting your boss.
Someone who looks like Benji starts walking over.
And
what
you
do you do?
I get in between them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So listen. I don't know what happened. I don't know if the guy carried it on too long or if Benji fought back. But the initial contact, whatever it is, I understand it.
Alex in Portland, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say that Benji's antics at the Wiener press conference were hilarious. Just wanted to give my opinion because that guy called in earlier and said he didn't like Benji, and I think Benji's funny.
Well, I think that caller wasn't going to like Benji no matter what he did earlier in the show, but I don't think any of us are questioning how funny Benji was.
Hilarious.
And
Benji, like a lot of times, it's just like, oh, Benji, what are you doing? But Benji, probably of anybody on this show except for Howard, makes me laugh harder when he hits it out of the park. He always makes me laugh.
Did you think that when he was explaining what happened today, regretted doing what he did? Like often he'll say, I know it was uncomfortable. I felt kind of weird doing it, but he feels almost compelled to do it anyway. Did you notice that, like, sort of a contradiction in
Well, which part? The wiener part or getting in front of the camera one part?
Both, actually. Like, even standing up at the press conference, like, he sounds like, something inside him says, I really shouldn't be asking these questions, but he can't help himself almost. I think that's what he was saying. I mean, you've been in that situation before, Gary, earlier in your days in the show where you had to ask those questions, and were you conflicted at all, or was it easy for you to do?
Totally conflicted. I hated it. I hated it. I got a knot in my stomach, and they were so uncomfortable, and I just didn't like doing it. And luckily, Howard took me off that pretty quickly because he realized I can't be fucking with guests and then trying to book the same guests.
Now, was Benji distracting at all during the show today in the studio?
No more than usual.
I mean, no, he always sweats in the studio.
Right.
Well, there's sweating, and then there's, when he got up to go to the bathroom that one time, I mean.
There was one time, I wasn't in the studio when he walked in first thing, so I didn't feel it. So Guy, I guess, was used to it by the 9 o'clock hour. But during that break, Benji started to go to the bathroom, and I couldn't believe how much the floor was shaking. It was ridiculous. I'm like, are you hearing this?
I thought somebody turned on the Sybian at full tilt.
Boom. Boom.
Now, Benji got the big laughs at the press conference. He did a great job. But later in the show, and I'm sure he's upset he's not here because we're talking about him so much, but later in the show, it came up how his ex-girlfriend came over to help sort of nurse him and take care of him. And Howard went on about a 10-minute rant about how non-threatening and why would anyone do that. And, he made the joke that he made it again, and then it just kept going. And Benji took it well, but I know he had to be seething inside.
Well, here's the thing that makes it, I feel a little sad about Benji. Like, she's in another relationship and everything. If she didn't come over, who would have?
I'm sure. Well, he said Marianne was on her way over. He could always call Ivy Supersonic, did with that girl he was dating a few months ago, the psychologist. No, I'm not going to feel bad for Benji being lonely, but I will say that I think Howard's right. I mean, my wife, let's put it this way. My wife has a male friend who, I don't know if he's gay or straight or not, but I have no problem leaving her alone with him. Now, I mean, I just don't. I just look at this guy and go, listen, if something's going to happen with you two, then I guess, what am I going to do about it? So I know exactly what Howard's talking about. When you see a guy as a non-threat, it's cool when you're the guy looking that way. And then when you're the non-threat, you're like, fuck you.
So you think Benji was insulted by that?
No, I would think her... yeah. I mean, if I was Benji, I'd be insulted.
Do you think the handful of times that the boyfriend met Benji, he was sweating profusely? And that's what makes him seem
that's what I said to the news. Like, she dated Benji, so who knows what this guy's deal is? You know what I mean? Like, her track record is, they crazy.
I don't know what her track record is.
Her track record that we know.
But I know. Person. I always used to say that Benji's ex-girlfriend I loved, super smart, really pretty. And like I used to say this about John, the only odd thing about her was she was with Benji.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, Scott DePace came by to talk about Howard's feelings about Anthony Weiner and how he thinks Weiner could recover from this. Well, Scott thinks it's a matter of Weiner being a Democrat and not a Republican, that there's a double standard, which of course infuriated Gary and everybody else in the room. And whenever DePace comes on, you know there's going to be an argument, which is great. Here we go.
Howard started the show talking about Anthony Weiner, saying that he thinks he can weather the storm. And I don't know if he was excusing the behavior, but he was saying you got to give, if you're honest, and Anthony Weiner's not doing anything that other guys don't do. He just got caught, basically. And I know Scott DePace took issue, and you even said, Scott, that like there's a double standard with Republicans. I didn't really understand your argument when you went in there.
There simply is. Recently, if you go through a lot of cases, there's a lot of Democrats who seem to get away with this stuff, and with Republicans, the problem.
But when you say get away, are they getting away with it?
Rangel did something.
Hold on, but
bad.
are they getting away with it with the voters, or are they getting away with it just in Congress? In other words, have people done stuff and then been reelected?
With the media and the voters. Yeah, Rangel just got reelected. So,
but that's the vote. That's up to the voters then.
Yeah, no, I understand. It's just I believe there is a double standard. But more than that, the way that Howard was able to just excuse it, I just find it crazy.
He didn't excuse it. He said it's terrible behavior. But
I guarantee he would vote for him.
What's that?
Howard would vote for him.
Oh, no, he said he would.
Well, that's excusing it. I just think that a guy that lies, once you lie, you're not any good for public office anymore.
But how many public officials do you feel haven't done something corruptible in the course of their lives? Do you really believe that a lot of people in office?
You're mistaking doing something corruptible from lying about it afterwards.
Okay.
That is the line that I draw.
Then let me rephrase the question. How many public officials do you think haven't lied that are in office right now?
Well, if you're talking about, I don't know. I can't name any that have lied and say I did not do something, and then it comes out that they did. Except Weiner.
Listen, I will tell you now that every president we've ever had in the history of the country has probably lied to the country at one point or another.
You know what? I don't believe that.
You don't?
No, I don't. And I also.
You don't think Bush never lied in 8 years?
His example about Bush lying about weapons of mass destruction, that is just crazy.
But even take that away, you don't think Bush has ever lied? Or any president. I would say Obama's probably lied at some point.
It depends about what you're lying about and how you're doing it. If it's simply you're trying to shape an argument, that's a little different than what Clinton did, where he lied on the witness stand. That was my big problem with Clinton. Not that he got the blowjob, I could care less. But he lied on the witness stand to save money out of his pocket.
I don't think that's why he lied on the witness stand at all. I think he lied on the witness stand because he was afraid of his wife.
Oh, that marriage was a sham.
You don't know that.
Oh, that's what a lot of insiders have said.
I really think that he didn't want to deal with having to deal with his wife. And that's why. By the way, I think it's the same reason why Weiner lied. I think it's more about the wife finding out, having to admit that, than it is about having to admit it to anybody else.
Why do you feel this happens across party lines? Like, why do you dissect it that way?
Well, listen, there's what's her name? Pelosi, when she got into office, she said she was going to change things because there had been 2 or 3 Republican issues that had come up. She was going to drain the swamp, is what she said. And then there were example after example of Democrats getting in trouble, and nothing really happened.
By the way, no Republicans got in trouble at all in that period of time.
Not that I remember. And if they did, yes, one. And he was pulled out. The dude from Alaska, Stevens, who died.
Right, but I'm sure there were others. Did you think the Republican guy that was touching shoes in the men's room, do you think he was you know what I'm talking about?
No. Wasn't he Stevens also?
No.
It was in Midwest. I know you're talking about.
It was a Republican guy. He went into a men's room where it's known for gay activity. He was touching shoes with another guy, which is the way that you say, hey, let's get it on.
That. Was that a Republican? And even if it was.
But do you think that was unfair for him to...
Well, he didn't run again, didn't he?
But I'm just saying, like, if he would, do you think he would have been singled out for coming down on him for that?
But well, I don't know. I mean, there's plenty of examples. Barney Frank, what didn't he?
Barney Frank's gay.
Yeah, but he had an affair with a page, like a young boy. I mean, come on.
But Scott, I think you're kidding yourself if you think it doesn't happen across party lines.
It's not that things don't happen across party lines. I've admitted that. I'm saying how they're treated is differently. That's where the difference comes.
Well, I think people are treated better by their parties. I think it goes that runs. I think the
in other words,
Democrats
a Democrat could do something and get away with it.
That's not true.
Well,
You could say it, make it up, but you can't really back it up.
It's unbelievable that Rangel's there. How about the dude who died from West Virginia? He was a KKK guy, and somehow he gets in the Democratic Party.
Yeah, but somebody voted him in.
High up
Yeah.
in the KKK.
Yeah, but you can't listen. Yell at the people of wherever
look at
he's
Kennedy,
from.
Ted Kennedy. Come on. At best, he drunk drivingly killed someone. Right?
Totally, I agree with you on that. But you're picking out Democrat examples. If I
pick
wanted
out
to
some
research
Republican ones.
I'm sure I could find plenty. I mean,
right.
you're acting like Republicans never do anything wrong.
I never said that. I said Republicans, when they do something wrong, they're not allowed to, or not, they don't end up staying in office.
That's not true.
Ted Hastert, all he was.
Yeah, but you're citing one example here, one example there. You're not taking the whole thing.
You haven't brought up any.
Isn't it possible that it is? If there's studies done, maybe it is more one-sided than other, that Republicans tend to resign, whether it's right or not.
I don't want to turn this into a political debate show, but what about Iran-Contra, Reagan?
Yes, people were down on that.
Did he lie? Did Reagan lie?
No, that's never been proven that he lied.
Well, that's because he got Alzheimer's before the deposition.
That's not true.
It's true. Read
that
it.
is not true.
It's in what's
that
in
is
his book.
One guy, his son, said it, but his doctors have all said no. That's bullcrap. They didn't get it till '93. That's when he was being deposed. No, that's when he was being deposed. That's Democrats trying to say that Reagan wasn't a good president. He was crazy. That's what that is.
Wasn't that the son, or no? Maybe that was the other son. Michael Reagan said he didn't recognize him at his high school graduation.
It was in Bob Woodward's book. Called The Presidents, where he went to go depose and he couldn't remember.
And I guess the doctors lied too.
He didn't remember that Alexander Haig was his Secretary of State, but whatever.